And on and on and on. Yes, yeah, it goes on a bit. Right, we'll knock it off. Back again, see how we get on. I'm well. On the mendling, fighting on. I'm on the vape, chilling. Right, we'll get a quick link out, see where we end up. I mean, if Bear's live, I'm tempted. I could just restream that. Oh, did you not make it, Lynn? I got a second win, me, chatting to Jukes. Who's always number one crown sitting? Don't know. I don't know about that. Great song, says Lord Justice. Welcome. I've got a note for you. I've been doing really well with my knee, really well, and it's been working in my head. You know, just talking to myself. A couple of days ago, it started again. I'm like, oh my God. Yes, Angela, welcome, love. Good evening. Hello.
I'm here.
There you are.
They weren't working properly, yeah. Are you all right?
I'm all right. We've got your mate backstage. We've got CP as well.
Okay.
I'm all right. Flora's in. Yeah, I'm good. Just a little bit temperamental. Is that the word? Oh. CP.
Yo.
Yo. Good evening, Chunky. Good evening. How's CP?
All right. Getting
Yeah?
there. Yeah,
Getting there. Good. Now, London police are not talking about you.
Nothing new then.
Nothing new. Most in the chat are mad. That's what we want. Madder the better.
All the best people are.
Yeah, we're all mad here. Oh, God.
Who the best people are?
We're all mad here.
You say you think agitated. Was that the word you used?
Not agitated. What it? I
That
just forget.
line.
Evening, John. I just go up and down, and then when you crash, it's a nightmare to get back up, you know, and stay positive.
It is, isn't it? It's horrible, isn't it? Then again, would you really just want to be on one plane level?
No, I didn't. Public. Stop.
10 more subs, CP. You just got 10
haven't.
more. Oh, have you just checked? She just checked then. She just checked.
I can't see chats today, my bad.
I've lost about 10 this week. I hit 16.
I've been losing loads, Jamie. That's the issue.
Have they actually been unsubbing from you?
I have lost a lot of subs. I have lost over 20 subs over the past month.
That's expected. Every week you're down, up and down all the time, but 20 subs.
No, but mine used to be very stable.
Yeah,
and then I just had a major drop.
It's hardly a major drop, 20 subs.
I was just thinking that.
Literally, Jamie.
I know how to fix it. You don't like it. You'd probably have more success if you just allowed all opinions in your chat. You know, not the trolls, obviously, but there's people that go in your chat that just like to try and fan the flames a bit, get a bit of debate going, disagree, try and say I don't agree with this. I'd jump all over that, me, if I were you. As long as they're not being abusive.
Yeah,
because if they'll unsub, you time someone out, they go unsub, and if you block everyone, they're just unsub. Whereas where it could be really good discussions, as long as they're not being abusive and trolling family and stuff like that. But yeah, dead subs is no DP's right. Welcome in, DP. Yeah, leave him in. Get everyone unblocked and just roll with it. Because it's about everyone's views is really correct in a way, everyone's entitled to it, as long as they're not being abused. And you can get some good stuff in them discussions.
Yeah. Not being respected, isn't it? It's what people say.
Yeah. And to be honest, the negative comments are the ones that you should focus on the most, really. I think for personal growth, I do anyway. If I see if there's a theme or there's something, you got to pay attention to it because folk are just looking out for you.
And I'm not unblocking Henry.
Oh, I don't think anyone wants to be mocked.
I blocked all his accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about new.
Henry was looking out for you, weren't they? I think in your safety originally. I think that's what his main thing was. And
What's
then
that?
Henry was looking out for safety, I think, originally, wasn't he?
Well, he was doing exactly what I'm saying you should embrace. You know, that's exactly what you're looking for, CP, because he's never going to go low. He's never going to be abusive to you, but he'll push the boundaries. That's what I'm on about.
Now.
Anyway, we'll get off a case. She'll start getting stressed. Dad knows best. Welcome, John. It is John, isn't it? Yes, John.
It is. Evening all.
Good evening, John.
Hi.
Been a while. How you doing? All right, mate. All right. Oh shit! Yeah, Valentine's Day. Shit, when's that? 2 days.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday night. My wife's birthday as well, which is just fuck me like twice.
Evening, NC. What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do? Lonely again. Bloody hell. Zara, you're on.
Hello.
Hello, love.
Mate.
Evening. ISTP. Hello. I'm not calling you Dad. What do we call you?
John.
Just call me John.
Are you John? I'm not funny. Until you treat your mum right, I'm not calling you Dad, okay?
or Daddy with 2 Y's, but only with the 2 Y's. Like I don't respond to anything less than 2 Y's.
Like Daddy's sauce. No. I would get weirder and weirder. I'll call you John. I'll stick to John, yeah.
It's like when somebody goes, my safe word is please stop, no, but you've got to do the stop twice.
Oh, right.
Just call me John, honestly.
I don't.
I call him John. I just call him John. I call him John. DKB, we could start calling him DKB.
What?
No, just John's good because
John,
John's actually my name, which is helpful. So,
John. Do you know what? I'll call you nothing. Hi, how's everybody else?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Been playing any political shite?
I got no political. I mean, there has been lots of political stuff to do. But I'm just not. I'm arsed with it. I think it's a bit. I don't like it the way that it's
going.
It's all a bit like just character assassination, and it's a weird system in it, and just it's just all bollocks.
I think it's all negative.
It gets banal. Whenever it's banal and they're pitting people against left and right, that's when they slip under. The sly little moves and loads of what do they call them? Now it's no longer parts of law, but it's legislations. They slip in loads of legislations when everybody's arguing with each other. Whenever there's a distraction, they slip in loads of. Have you looked at the child and well-being?
Oh, sorry, just some background noise. Can anyone hear that? Oh yeah, it's you. No, it's Zara. Just try and fix you, Zara. It's like a fuzziness.
Is it?
Is this fan on?
Yeah. Hang on. Is that any better? I just turned it off. So I have got a fan.
Not the fan.
Is that any better? Hang on. I picked up the mic, but I did have it by the fan.
No, it's picking up loads of background noise. I don't know what it's picking up.
Well, it's silence in my house. Well, I'll jump off and jump back on and see if that.
Yeah, it's massive, isn't it? It's not just me, is it? And help me. It's just like a fishing tank. Hum. Yeah, there's a fishing tank hum or something. Sorry. She was trying to getting into debate, but we couldn't cope with that noise.
Well,
what debate was she debating on?
News Now Yorkshire's unsubbed. CP felt left out.
Did he?
Yeah, he's unsubbed. He felt left out.
Well, he was in the other night.
Yeah.
So who's unsubbed?
Unplug your mic and plug it back in, Zara. There's something wrong.
Doing it again?
Yeah.
Is it? Hang on. Hang on. How is that? I've just unplugged the mic. Is that any better?
You haven't unplugged the mic because you're on it.
It does sound like you've got like a webcam going on in the background as well.
Oh, hang on. I've got.
Is that what it is? A webcam?
I've got Candice Owens playing.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Is that
we could have been friends, but
oh, listen, I can listen to it. I don't have to agree, but I
I don't know if it is.
I'll just mess with you. It's fun.
It's a Romney fan.
No. Candice Owens is my cousin, but like
she's
from my
not.
Jewish side. She's from my Jewish side of the family. Yeah.
Fuck off, will you? I like you already. What's your name again, Johnny boy?
John.
I'm joking.
Candice is not happy at the minute, is she? She's fuming with Erica.
I think
been following that.
So if you don't know what happened, she had she always puts things, in public, and she says, so say if me and you were going to have a call, so there was a big row between us, and I said I'm going to have a call with Jamie, like I'll always put it in public. She had me and you having a 4-hour call, in private. So a fan sort of turned against her, and they were like, the next time she went live, we were expecting like, what the fuck happened there? She was like, no, I was into her room. It was me, her bodyguard, blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, oh, so she put a curb to this and to that and everything that I've said. It was really quite mild and muted. But then I think the kick up the arse from the fans just went, fuck you, sad. Yeah. It's really sad what you've become. And she's just gone hell for leather at her. Just like, right, you deserve to be in jail. This is what's this. You lied to me face. You said this. This isn't the fact. I think she was going to do it anyway, but I
think she's in love with him. I think she loved him. I think she's jealous of her.
That's weird. I don't think anybody. No.
Well, the only reason that I think that Charlie Kirk was relevant in the UK, at least, is because of his advocacy for free speech. And I would like to see free speech codified in the UK as an amendment. I would like to see a codified amendment in the UK.
Protection, that'd be amazing. But
a protection for free speech.
Yeah.
So I was a massive supporter of Charlie Kirk when he rocked up to the Oxford Union and just started wailing on these fucking.
He got embarrassed. Really, he didn't. I thought they did him. Yeah. He went out of his depth, I thought there.
Yeah.
Well, no. I thought he did.
Did you see Candice at the Oxford Union?
You thought?
I've watched. Look, if they've been at the Oxford Union, I've watched them because it is the most eminent debate chamber.
Well,
in the world. Well, it certainly used to be, but with Charlie Kirk, he basically. I mean.
Do you know that Luke who comes on here as Duke Albemarle or whatever? It's a think of his name. Luke, his sister went to Oxford and she's renowned for being on there. She absolutely smashed it.
Did she? Good for her.
Yeah. So that's where Luke gets his debating skills.
I've got to fix this audio. It's doing me head in. Look, it's a big difference when I take it off.
One moment. What I'll do, keep me off.
No problem.
You didn't need any. I shouldn't even finish the sentence, Jamie. Jesus.
It's just like noise, isn't it?
I have to be honest. I'm not hearing it as bad as you are. It must be worse on your end. I can tolerate it.
Yeah, I don't know. You're not hearing that. Young Bob seems to be going that way.
He is, but he's going down the wrong way of doing it.
Wrong way of doing it. Right.
Massively. Everything to him is a begging bowl.
Begging bowl.
So can I throw the conversation down that avenue then? Can I ask like who thinks that we should have like an amendment, like something above and beyond the English common law protections that we have? Who wants like a constitutional
freedom of speech
a First Amendment in the UK? Like
I think we should absolutely have something like that, because why should we be in fear of what we actually think and speak? but it goes against everything that they've been doing, hasn't it? All the acts, all the hate crimes, all the thought crimes.
It's completely antithetical to how the legislation has been built for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Turning Point UK are trying to carry on Charlie's legacy at a minute as well.
Yeah, Young Bob's going to help with that, is he? I think.
Young Bob isn't involved with it with Turning Point UK anymore at all.
Oh.
They got rid of him after what he did to them, Jamie.
Oh, with the voice notes.
He basically bad, and he still does it, Jamie, on X Spaces and stuff like that. He badmouths Turning Point UK, badmouthed Patriots of Britain, badmouth UKIP all the time on X.
So, can I
There's proof of this.
I'm
not jealous. News now
do you...
at all. Sorry, John.
No. It's fine. But the thing that I find mad is that there is any kind of legislation at all that tells people that they can't say at least what they think on the surface level. Like my personal feeling is that we have these kind of persons within persons. So there's the social you, and then there's the private you, and then there's the really intimate you, and then we all have like these layers upon layers upon layers of what we are as a person. And then right in the very heart of us, there's this little steel door where we have these little thoughts that we would never say to anybody because they're so completely reprehensible, or they're just so intense and personal to us that you would never say them to anybody else. So we've got these kind of layers to us as a person, these layers of consciousness. And one of the most important layers are the layers, the way that we interact with other people. So we'll say things like, and it's what we say, it's what we're prepared to say to another person. It's the speech that we have that conveys the ideas that occur within our brains. And the notion that somebody would outlaw saying what you think, because that's ultimately what it is. Like any kind of speech legislation.
I don't think that's been outlawed now, has it? You can definitely say anything you want at the minute. We definitely do have.
Really?
Yes. Unless, I think, we'll check this, unless you are inciting violence or insulting something on a perceived characteristic that cannot be changed. I think that's something. Yeah.
So an immutable characteristic, I think is what you're referring to.
Yeah.
So something. So for example, if so an immutable characteristic as opposed to a principle that you hold are two very different things, which I will completely agree with. So if you said to a person, I think you're a dickhead because you only have one leg, like that's an immutable characteristic, right?
Yeah, that could potentially you get.
Can't you? But you don't need to bring in the extra bit.
Yeah, it's got fixed penalty written all over it. How very dare you? But yeah, that's what we're working under. So
that was an example. It's not what I think, but if I said I think you're a dickhead because of your opinion, completely reasonable, right? Totally reasonable.
Yeah. If that's what you choose to do.
Let's just do that. There we go. Legislation solved.
Well, no, but that is just the way it is. You can't. Surely you won't get any kind of punishment.
Your head though, doesn't it? If you have like these little, like small, like rules like that, and then so you can say this, you can't say that. It messes your head up, so you don't know what you're saying. You're having to think about everything. So it's a control tactic, isn't it, to control a whole population, to have them on eggshells in a way. Oh, what can we say? What can't we say?
No, I think it's just down to morals. Would you not think? And what ethic, like the way we are as people, the way we've been brought up as people, like so. But generally, that whole thing, like if you've got nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all, kind of thing. Or like you wouldn't go up to somebody just for no reason and just because.
Yeah, but I've also heard sticks and stones, and I know it's not true, but it's a way of. But it's like helping people build up the strength and be able to.
You're right though. It is contextual, right? So when you say if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So if you were to randomly walk up to somebody in the street who hasn't engaged with you at all, and you were to like throw expletives at them or something, that's obviously reprehensible. I would never tolerate that, engage with that, accept that. It would be completely unacceptable. I don't think it should be illegal, but
of course not.
I wouldn't condone it. However, on the other hand, you could say all of those same things to a person who you were in the middle of a really aggressive debate with.
Yeah.
And in context, it would be completely fine. Like, let's say, for argument's sake, that we were having a really vociferous disagreement. And I was getting, but that position is so horrible. I mean, just fuck you, right? That would be fine. But if you were just walking down the street and I was just walk up to you, I was just going, you're a horrible person, fuck you. And that was the first, like, we'd not had any kind of engagement whatsoever. Contextually, it's totally different, obviously. But I don't think the problem here is that we're not allowed to use context.
No, I don't think in them situations, either of them situations, like walk down the street, that wouldn't even be worthy of anything anyway. I don't think anyone will get into trouble in any level for that. I don't think.
Well,
do you know what?
I would like to think that's the case. But Chelsea Russell had an ankle bracelet attached to her because she posted song lyrics that had the N-word in them after her black friend was run over in a car accident and died. Yeah. And she posted the lyrics on Facebook or Twitter or whatever.
No, it was privately. It was sent privately.
To a friend.
It was sent as a private message.
There was no context allowed. She just, as a white person, used the N-word, and she just got fucking steamrolled by the state. I'm sorry, like
some targeting, I don't.
She got reported. So I'm not. Didn't she?
The problem that I've got here is that you and I agree, but the state doesn't. The state is steamrolling people that don't agree. The state is steamrolling people. They're not allowing context to come into play. There's no
context, or there's no consideration or anything. It's just black and white, isn't it? It's very.
I don't think the state should have any opinion on context at all. Like, I don't think the state should have an opinion on context. I don't think the state should have a fucking opinion even to begin with. If I use the M-word, why does the state care? Like, I don't
think it's the state that cares. It's people that get offended by it.
The person.
The state does care because it's the state that's putting people in prison and giving them ankle bracelets.
Yeah, but then what do you want? Then do you want people to go and take it out on themselves? Right.
Well, they've done that as a response to what they felt were hate crimes. So this were crimes against people for their sexual orientation, crimes against people because of their race, and it's come from that. That's how it started.
The problem here is it's not so much that we don't agree that it's a bad thing that somebody using the N-word in a bad context is a bad thing. We all agree on that, or the vast majority of us agree on that. No, there's nobody like here, I think, that is going to go, well, I think I should just be able to call a black person the N-word because I feel like it. That's not a nice thing to do. I don't think that we should be allowed to do it.
No, and would we agree that if a black person was called that there should be some consequence for the person that's done it?
Well, I think there should potentially be social consequence. I completely agree. But the point is that when you start legislating against social consequence, the state gets to choose when the social consequence applies.
But there wasn't social consequence because we've seen things where it's just got worse and worse, you know. So I'm not sure that we're doing its job. If there was social consequence, then no one would be doing it because no one wants to see people racially abused or.
Yeah, but the point here is that if you remove context, it's criminal for everybody who uses the N-word, right?
No.
So
it's not.
If you remove context,
but.
If you remove all context, like Chelsea, a young white girl, quoted rap lyrics on Twitter or whatever, and she got a criminal conviction. So does that mean that all rappers
have we got any evidence of
in the United Kingdom who used those words?
John, have you got any
the
evidence?
same sentence or worse?
Do you know what I find really sorry?
So did they apply context when it suited them or not?
Do you not think though for me? Do you not think?
You go ahead, Angela.
I was going to say, do you not think what really fucks me off with most things at the moment is like when the people say, "Oh, but I said it, but I've got a black friend," or "I've got friend, I'm friends, I've got loads of Muslim friends." Do you know what I mean? That's what really pisses me off about things, that people think they can get away with saying certain things, specifically more recently, and then they justify what they're saying because but they've got a black friend, so they didn't mean it in that way, or they've got a friend that was a Muslim, but they say they don't hate all Muslims, and that to me really is winding me up because they try to justify it all with that one sentence at the end.
But aren't you treating? So let me put it this way. I agree. No. I agree with what you're saying in part, in that just because you've got a Muslim friend or you've got a woman who's a friend, or you. So, for example, I could have a wife, but I could still be a sexist, right? Like, I'm a man. I'm a biological male, and I'm married. I have a wife, but I could still be sexist, even though I've got a wife. So the fact that I've got a wife doesn't
exactly.
somehow.
Well, it doesn't mean that. That's what Angela's saying. It doesn't
save me from being a sexist, but like there are different contextual. So I have a friend. I have a friend called Isa. His name's Isa Kabir. He's a mysticist. He's a Muslim. He's an amazing guy. Actually, he's a great guy.
Thank you.
We have some really fantastic conversations. He's a Sufi. He's a mysticist. And he has the same criticisms of Islam that I have. We're almost completely aligned on our criticisms of Islam.
I won't
right?
say it then.
So if I was to say I don't agree with this particular edict in Islam, and somebody was to go, "Oh well, that means you're an Islamophobe," and I was to go, "But my friend over here, Isa, says exactly the same thing, and he's a Muslim," is that me going that I just have a Muslim friend, and therefore I'm arguing against it?
John, the issue we have is the way that the police would play it is if the victim states that they are alarmed and distressed.
That's right.
With the messages.
So that's what's happened in this case, CP. Yes, you're right. It's someone has seen this screenshot on Facebook. I mean, this sounds absolutely horrendous. This story. So Chelsea Russell, 19 years old, from Liverpool, posted the lyrics from Snap Dogs' "I'm Tripping." Sounds like a great track, to pay tribute to a boy who died in a road crash. So she's posted some lyrics on her Facebook. Someone's seen this, sent it to the hate crime team at Merseyside Police, and it's ended up on PC Dominic Walker's desk, who then ended up prosecuting her. She's been charged, and the court has been told it was grossly offensive.
What was the charge?
So it's grossly offensive to her as a black woman and to the general community.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem is that the way this happens, and the thing that you need to bear in mind here is that none of these people have been judged by their peers. They almost always plead guilty when they're charged on the basis that they're threatened with the process. Like, this process is going to take months. It's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of pounds in legal fees. Just plead guilty. We'll give you the slap on the wrist. Like, fuck you. Just fuck you.
I mean, I think that's an appalling use of the courts. I don't know if this is connected. Joe says there's previous charges involved with Chelsea, and she was also subject to a CBO, but that would be irrelevant unless it were connected to race or
I don't think this was a one-time offence, and this was the sole thing. Okay,
right? That's what Joe's saying. Yeah,
I don't, John. I do not believe that they act upon it so innocently. Oh my God, look at that. She merely posted some lyrics. I think there's been several build-ups to towards this position. If not, you're undermining your own police force. Okay.
Well, does that not need? If that's the case, I would love to see it.
Okay. So, how's about this? So, just the average person. Yeah. How many racial abuses do you think that I go through on the daily? Just, I know you don't, and it's not your fault. I'm not putting you.
How many racial abuses on every day? Did you say?
Yep. On daily occurrences on the internet, on whatever social
Zero.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen it once. I've known you for 5 years, and not once have I seen you be racially abused. Not once.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So, would you like to see a couple of videos that have been made about me with my?
No. You can just tell us generally, but I don't. If you're trying to present that you're every single day getting racially abused on internet, I'm not going to buy it.
Okay. Not every single day. I'd say.
Hang on.
Every
surely what you're doing here is. Was this the whole point here?
I'm saying what the things that we dismiss because I take same as you take.
You're making a stochastic argument.
I'm not.
Whoa, stochastic bingo.
Bingo.
The argument. No, the argument. No, you have to. You're wrong. This is a court of fucking law argument here.
Yeah.
Like we have to draw a direct correlation to what she did. Like of course, you can't go, well, the general demeanor is this, therefore this girl is guilty of this, so fuck her. Like, there has to be an actual case to be made against this girl. So your personal experience,
no, I'm telling you,
whilst it may be shitty, I don't give a fuck. Like, this girl intended something when she said
my point is the fact that I can have such horrendous certain things done and said against me. They will never, ever go forth with a prosecution. So it has to have been something extreme previously for her to be done in the end.
Wouldn't that be in the court details here? Surely that had to be mentioned.
Hang on. Have you?
You don't have to give historic, but there is history. Now, I'm not the last thing I will ever do is put for the police force. The last thing I'll ever do, but
because this police force
for them to act upon it. Number one, the first thing they do is a voluntary interview. Secondary, there's the criminal bar is much higher than civil. Okay, so for them to actually go forth, it's got to be at an extremely high bar. So it cannot just be this one singular thing. It cannot. They cannot act upon one singular action. They've got to prove it before. And he only knew this.
Can I just ask you a question? And
sorry guys, I lost chat. It's come back now. The chat is faulty again. I'm going to email him.
Like you genuinely sound like the most naive person I've ever spoken to in my fucking life.
Bloody hell.
Well.
Have you sussed that out just on that one statement that she's made? You think she's
naive? Yeah.
Yeah. For what reason? Because she's saying that she thinks there needs to be some protections.
Like, I mean, the amount of trust that you have in our public institutions is just
oh yeah, I get you that. Yeah,
it's amazing.
They've got to do all this and they've got to do all that as if. Yeah, he makes a good point because they don't behave like that.
Am I allowed to respond, or are you going to answer for me?
Go on then.
The fact that you think I'm naive to the, I think I grew up in Liverpool, right? I was married to somebody that you've no idea, right? What I know about. I have zero trust in the criminal justice system. None at all. I am the most skeptical fucking person ever. What I'm saying is they will only act upon it if it's good for them, if it's good for optics, if it's good logistically for the timing and whatever campaign that they're pushing. I am extremely aware. Don't ever call me I'm everything, but I am not naive. I'm a cunt, I'm a bitch, but I ain't fucking naive. And I'm certainly not a little toff who sat there on the side curtails of anybody in the background, okay? I'm aware what it is day to day, unlike you. So if you would like to regress and readdress your accusation of whom I am, then that would be amazingly appreciated.
I don't regress or regret anything I say.
I didn't say regret.
I'll apologize when I think I'm. I'll apologize when I think I'm wrong.
I didn't ask for an apology. I don't want an apology of your previous presumption.
But here's so you have just said that you're skeptical.
I'm naive. I'm naive, and I have so much trust in the police. Are you fucking mad? It's me that's pulled over.
But you just said that you don't think that they'd prosecute her unless there was a good reason.
No,
did you not just say that?
It's hard to prosecute. It is.
Oh, there must be a good reason. There must have been something else that she did that meant that she justified this thing.
Specifically, it's as easy as this, isn't it? It's as simple as this. The word's been put online. There's an offence that states it is grossly offensive message on a public communication. That's what she's being charged with. So it's kind of like set in stone. The message has been sent. Someone's seen it and said, I'm offended. The law states if someone's offended, you're guilty. There's no, in that law.
There's nothing in this legal adjudication that says, oh, well, we thought that she was a wrong un because we thought she was a wrong and therefore we're going to keep prosecuting her. They prosecuted her for this reason. They categorically stated for this reason. So the fact that you're going, there must have been something that she did before that made them think that she was a wrong un. It's exactly the reason that you're arguing against. Are you fucking lunatic?
No,
really?
No, not. Because I've tried to prosecute for exactly the same reason, which has been continuous for years upon years. And they wanted to do it for racial reasons because I could see that was good optics for them, at the time. And I refused. I said, no, do it for the genuine reasons that they're harassing me for. And they said, no, at the minute, we can only do it for these reasons. But
because they actually told you what reasons that I don't know what you're on about there.
They told me, they said, we can see this person's harassing you and what they're doing. We can only prosecute on the grounds of racism right now. So we can do this and we can do X, Y, and Z. And I was so frustrated. You know what I'm like? I'm a little bit reactive, Jamie. And I said, don't prosecute for fucking the racial shit. What they're saying to me, prosecute for what they're actually doing.
So you're saying you felt like you were being harassed, not racially harassed, and they were saying, well, if it's a race matter, then because they have priorities, don't they? So they'll have they'll have priorities and targets, and they'll say, look, we can only support this at the minute because of funding and all this. So they're looking at race hate, and you were trying to deal with an online harassment, and they're saying, well, if it's hate, we'll look into it, but if it's harassment, we're not that bothered.
Yeah, they were saying they're not bothered about basically what they're doing to me kids and sending stuff to me kids' school and stuff like that. But if you go forth with the racial, so Jamed, you've got it completely wrong. I think everything's racist. I refuse to go forward with the race stuff. I said, fuck the race stuff. Concentrate on what they're doing to my children on the day-to-day life. Concentrate on what the real harassment is. And they said, we can't go forth with that unless you're willing to go forward. Then we can seize devices, we can do this, and perhaps the CPS will give us authorization. Once we've got the devices, we can link this to that. I said, no, I don't want to go forward with racial harassment. I don't, because what's really bugging me is what they're doing to my actual life and my actual children. It's not as easy as you think. So for them to go forward...
It is as easy as we think, though, in this specific case, because that's why we keep pointing out. The law states if it's done and someone's offended, you're getting done. You're guilty.
So honestly,
it's about perceived offence. It's not. It don't matter what your intentions are. It don't matter about the context.
I'd be locked up.
You do the crime, you do the time.
It's not that easy because I would be locked up. You'd be locked up, Jamie.
It is that easy. It's right here. It's right here in front of us.
That's what they're showing to us. Do you not understand the difference between mainstream media, what they tell us, and what is behind the scenes?
But this is a court record.
I don't know what you're on. You're not making much sense, Sarah. Let me bring some guests on. Mark Kelly, you there?
Yes.
Yes, Mark. Welcome. Welcome up.
Hello, X, Z, and
hello. I am Mark.
CP, you're back on. Jump in, Mark. What do you think about this?
Well, just hearing what Zara said there, that shows exactly what we're living in, a two-tier system. Because if it, say, happened to Angela, I don't know what she's actually talking about, but what I'm saying, if it's the same thing happened to, say, Angela with her kids, she wouldn't have any case. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So there's the two-tier system. What a lot of people talk about. That's exactly the only case Zara's got. I don't know what she's talking about. Is the race? They can go down the race route. So
and the will every
to
time,
Angela, exactly the same thing. She couldn't do anything. So there we go. There's two tiers straight away.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, Mark. Wholeheartedly.
CP, are you there, love?
It's like we wouldn't address it if it wasn't
CP
or brown. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, what?
I can't hear her.
That's not the issue. The issue is the ongoing harassment.
And had you not mentioned anything about race at all? Neither. We're just trying to send it down that road. Yeah.
No, but it was when I sent. They send you a link. You send stuff, and they said we see a link here. But the only thing we can go off is the racism. And I was like, fuck the racism. And I nearly got done myself for abusing a police officer because I was like, fuck you, fuck your system. Do you know what I mean? I was like, nah. I said, can you not see what's happening? And they were like, we can see, but we can only go forward with this. And I said, right, all right then, sure.
I had it in my town where I was physically assaulted by a bunch of how can I put this? Traveller children, and the police actually attended. They rocked up. They split us up.
How old? Do you mind me asking?
How old were they? Oh, they were all like in their early to late 20s, and I was in my early 30s to late 40s.
Not children.
No, they're not children.
Exactly,
I call them
kids,
traveller children as a euphemism. But they accused me of stealing a hoodie from them, despite the fact that it was the same hoodie that I wore into the town. You could see me wearing it coming into the town on CCTV. I'm a tradesperson. It had like paint and silicone sealant on it and stuff. It was worth nothing. It was like a George hoodie. Like it was from Asda. It was like £8. And they accused me of stealing it. They were just they just wanted a fight to cap off their night. That was all they wanted. And when the police officers came and split us up, I said to the police officers, "So you're going to arrest them then for assaulting me?" And they went, "No." I went, "Why the fuck not?" "Well, because they've accused you of stealing their clothing." I went, "But it's my clothing." "Oh yes, but they've accused you." "I don't give a fuck. You need to work that out, don't you? So arrest them because they assaulted me." "Oh, well, you could have said something that antagonized them." Like, is it the case that you're fucking terrified of them because there's only 3 of you and there's 8 of them? You fucking pussy.
They do what they want.
Yeah, they do what they want. And then after all of this we argue this, hash this out on the side of the street. I went, you're just fucking scared of them, aren't you? Come on, you're just fucking scared of them. You're scared that you're going to attack them. You're going to have to go and arrest them, and then after you've arrested them, they're going to accuse you of some kind of fucking hate crime because they're in a minority. After they've attacked me, the one guy walking home on my fucking own, wearing the thing that I wore into town in the first place, and after all of that, what's going to happen? What are you going to do? And do you know what happened when I asked for the body camera footage?
Absolutely sod all.
Oh, it's gone.
Do you know what I asked?
It wasn't.
Do you know what I asked when I asked for the body camera footage? They went, "Well, we can give you the body camera footage, but you did call them pikeys on the body camera footage."
Yeah. Oh, well, that's offensive.
If I essentially that was a warning to me that if I pursued this,
yes, it was.
They were going to accuse me of a hate crime for calling the fucking gypsies.
It adds weight to it, doesn't it? If you're using language like that, then that is antagonistic. And if they felt offended under the current laws, you would have absolutely no defence whatsoever.
Do you know what? When I said, "Do you know what? Give me the fucking footage anyway," because I'm an Irish gypsy as well. Do you know what my last name is?
But that wouldn't have defended you because they wouldn't have been able to take that into account. If someone feels offended and you've said it, then you're getting guilty. So if you go around calling people pikeys, they can report you as it like it's protected.
The problem I have is that I'm a pikey. I'm a gypsy that actually plays by the rules.
That's all irrelevant. I'm
not allowed to be that anymore.
How can you be a victim of harassment, Zara, if you're online and you're involved equally, I would say, back and forth for years, arguing and carrying on with people. So how can you give it and then go to the police and say I'm being harassed?
I can give it, and when somebody accuses me of sexually abusing my children and posting it online and maliciously accusing and sending it with malicious intent to social services, to my children's school, several times, more than 3, I think, or I've been accused of my son sexually abusing my daughter, and I post it on YouTube. So I think that is malicious intent. Yes. Do you know?
It sounds extremely malicious, but that's like the point I'm making is if you don't get involved in this shit, you don't end up.
I didn't get involved. I didn't ask for this woman to hate me or to hyperfixate on me.
Yeah, I remember. It's gone on a long time. And
I know, and I've done disappearing, and when it disappeared,
I've seen you on panels with people. Going at many people, staring pot.
And I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about that. Have you ever heard me fucking reporting that? The only thing I've ever fucking concerned about is when you involve my real life and my children and you try to have them actively removed from me. There is nothing and nobody on here that has any concerns. My children are well-rounded. They've fucking seen that for themselves. They know it's malicious, but they have to legally act upon it. Now, when you are abusing the services that could be used for children that genuinely need it, I think that is deemed obsessive.
I don't disagree that it goes too far, but the whole point I look on with you and others, and I think you're well in there. You've been well invested for a long time, and you ain't innocent. Not at all. Whether it's at all, I've seen you gang up on people. I've seen you do all sorts. I'm not having a go at you. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying, Jamie. I'll put my hands up to that. That's me. When you involve my children and my private life, that's a completely different fucking story. Okay, so leave me, attack me in every single way which you will, because I'm guilty. Put my fucking hands up. My children are not. Leave my children out of it. That's it. That's all to say. So, yeah, I'm guilty of whatever. I'm a cunt. I can be an absolute bitch, and I will continue to be a complete bitch. Okay? Whatever I want to do online is what I choose to do with my body and with my voice and with my thoughts. But my children, you leave out of it. Full stop.
Completely agree.
No family, no kids. It's the Tyrone way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't get? There's a whole new rising of people, like newcomers to YouTube, and they are new, right? And you watch them, they come on and they've got no boundaries, no morals. Like our standard morals are no family, no children. Like, say what you want to each other, no family, no children. They don't even have that. They don't have that boundary. It took somebody that I really like now.
It used to be called no wife, no kids.
Yeah. Oh,
obviously, like, you're a combatant at this point. But
it was standard morals and boundaries, but they haven't got that. They see this as a free-for-all. Now, we're sort of self-censoring. Do you know what I mean? Because we have standard morals just as human beings. And because we're older, we're deemed as, we're OAPs. Now they come on and they go, it's a free-for-all, because whatever gets clicks, whatever gets views. And we've always had this standard. Hang on, they mention, they've got a photograph of me dead mother or my child's name or my child's school. It's we'd always say, like, get rid of that. And you would, as a host. They just go, yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Now, so we're reaching these new levels where there's a severe lack of boundaries.
They cannot be controlled. It's the only thing you can do is stay away and not engage with the channel doing it. Always just put it on the hosts.
But then when you stay away, so I stayed away for 3 months, and then because they had zero reaction from me, they went directly to my child's school. So tell me how staying away does any good. At some point, it's not in me. I'm from Liverpool.
Also, there's Well, I don't know all the details, but sometimes his own heads can get carried away, you know, and we think things are much worse than they are. But I don't know.
No, okay. So the 22nd of December, your child's last day of school, I opened the front door and thought it was my daughter. It had a silly jingle bell hat on and a cardie, and it was the headmaster. And he said, "I'm really sorry, Zara. Something's been sent." And I said, "I can guess." And he's going to come in, of course, yeah. He said, held Pop's back. And
the actual school teacher came to do a welfare check on his own?
He didn't do a welfare check. He came to show me what was sent to the school. He said, we've got an obligation to show you, to report it, you know, what's been sent to the school. It's the last day of school. Tell me that's not calculated.
It sounds weird. It sounds weird that someone sends an anonymous report to school and then the school turn up at your house and say, we've had an anonymous report. That's strange, is that?
Because the school is literally at the bottom of my road and I've got a really good report.
What if that had been a genuine report and then he'd actually...
The report, if you saw it, I can actually show you right now.
No, what I mean is, if it had been genuine and real, he could have actually ruined it by turning up at your house, not reporting it to social services.
It was nothing to do with anything egregious at the time. It was just saying, I'm a YouTube prostitute. So he said, clearly, I've got your number for work. He said that my ex-husband was a known paedophile and in jail. And he was like, I know that's not true. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can do these checks really basically. And he's on remand for paedophilia. He said, we can do these basic checks, but it's clearly not nice. Somebody's got it in for you, Zar. So, yeah. It was just that. And that was the first time. So it was everything that she was that stupid that it could be quashed, you know, at the first hurdle. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't anything that had any necessity to investigate. So it was good that they were that
But they were turned up at your house. It's a bit weird.
Maybe.
No, my headmaster. The headmaster literally is about 5 minutes away from my door, and it was the last day of school. So yeah, because their ill wishes for the next teacher was to have my children removed pending investigation, to have my children removed during Christmas. So you can say it's all weird, it's not right. Yeah, I guarantee you, I can prove every single fucking word of this. If you think I've just sat here and made this up,
I'm not saying you're making it up. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's the school. I find it hard to believe that the school would get an anonymous report and put it to headmaster, and he goes, "Oh no, I got to go see Zara about this." That seems very strange. They would have to protect the child first and foremost.
I'll show you.
Regardless, hashing this out on the fucking internet at 1 o'clock in the morning probably isn't going to be the best place to do it. So, with 100% respect to everybody involved, maybe not the forum to be doing it if this is an active case, because it does sound like this is something that's going on in your life right now.
You know what? I kept my mouth shut.
But is this ongoing right now?
But now, yeah, the reactivate.
Okay, I'm gonna again. Like, I don't know you. I have no loyalty to you. I would like to say that I care about you, but I don't, because I don't know you. But probably not the best thing to be doing, to be shotgunning this over the internet. Honestly, like,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You roundabout saying just don't say anything if it's an ongoing investigation. I get it, but I just had enough that the police were not acting upon it, and now they are. So good luck. And the person is still in the chat with false fucking,
right or wrong. You have, like, I get it. Like, if I was you, I would be exploding. I would want to tell people, but just fucking
when it gets questioned,
like, if you're right or wrong, it won't help you. I just don't. Please,
it won't make a difference. It won't make a difference. To be honest, I've got zero faith in the police. That's why I laughed. I mockingly laughed when you said I seem to have so much faith in the police. I've got zero faith in the police.
What evidence did you have?
Just literally everything. So community for 6 weeks, the whole of her first 6 weeks from year 5 going to year 6. My daughter's in year 8 now. Yeah. So from year 5 to year 6, that whole 6 weeks holidays, she posted 4 or 5 times a day a map of my daughter's school, offering money for people to attend and flyer. They said the best route of cause was for me not to drop her off, me to drop her at a friend's house, so I couldn't collect or go to my daughter's school. Anything that they posted on the school website that was, oh, it's a finale assembly or things like that, they said, please just don't attend, just in case somebody turns up and finds out who your daughter is, vicariously. It was horrific. The things that she's taken from me, you would not believe. Now she's in secondary school, and I think, okay, she doesn't know where she goes. She goes to a school in Liverpool, far, far away. Nobody knows where she goes. No, now she's gotten to my children by saying that my son's sexually.
But I want to also just, you've no proof that is who it is, have you? Who you're saying it is?
No. Oh, apart from her admission, apart from that, which I have recorded, I can play it for you now if you want.
No, we're not gonna. We're talking generally about keeping yourself safe online. It's very important, and I think this proves that if you start carrying on, people go low, don't they? It's a very cruel world. It's awful, but I think I'm with John. I mean, get your evidence together. Go to the authorities.
My position, generally speaking, is if you put yourself online and you put yourself in the crosshairs, I consider you fair game. But if at some point I think you might be like a person who is vulnerable, then I'm not vulnerable. Adjust my behavior accordingly.
I'm not vulnerable in any way. I'd like to make that clear. But what it is I was very naive when I came on here. I'd never used any form of social media, so I didn't know. I thought, oh, you come in here, you tell everybody, this is my life, this is my mother-in-law, this is my circumstance, and this is where I live, and this is what I do. I didn't realise the vulnerability, the vulnerable position you put yourself in. I really didn't realise.
Well, you miss a bit out. If you conduct yourself respectfully, you shouldn't have any problems. That's what I'm saying. If you start carrying on with people,
hang on, Jamie, you're intimating there that the way that I behave as initiated.
Well, no, I'm saying it. Well, no, I'm saying you missed a bit out. You come online and you've just said, "Oh, this is who I am," but you haven't said if you come online and start carrying on with people, getting really mouthy, kicking off, dragging up all the history. If you start, then you start teaming up with other people who are extreme trolls, ringing up mental health services, trying to get people sectioned. If you start running lives where you're abusing people for hours on end, what you might find is you get some shit yourself. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying you just need.
Have I ever done any of the above?
Yeah, you've done all that and the rest. And if I were to give it some thought, I could come out with a lot more.
Please.
No. About 4 years ago, it was constant. It was absolutely constant.
Who did I ring up and try mental health services?
I said you was with. I didn't say that. I said teaming up with people. And I'll repeat it again. I didn't say that. I said when you team up with people. Who? I'm not naming anyone. You know exactly what I'm saying. But you were saying,
ladies and gentlemen.
Right. I'll just put her backstage so I can speak. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. She's teaming up with people who was collecting information, collecting names, storing information, reporting people, trying to get people sectioned. Can't be arsed with it. I'm over it.
Have I missed something here, Jamie? Like.
No, I'm just saying we've just seen it for years and years, and
well, the reason I say I've missed something is, like, initially, where did it? I'm not sure. I think I might have missed something. Like her story sounds fucking horrible, but it's not like.
Well, I've been on the end of it as well. I've seen it from loads of people, and. I mean, I could have. It is what it is. She's not willing to say. It's down to Zara and for them to sort their own shit out in it. Right. But I've seen it before many times.
not worth the time, essentially.
And what got me there is when she said, well, when you come online and you just say, this is who I am, and, you know, and you just, as if she were a victim, I thought, hang on a minute. It went on for years of it were horrendous on here. It were horrendous. So I don't know what she wants to say. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude to her. I'm just trying to hang on. You know, I'm
asking genuinely. So from your perspective, I've clearly done this to somebody else and I'm getting backlash for it. So I would genuinely ask you, whom have I done this to? Who have I ganged up with? Who have I ever rang mental health services on? Who have I ever docked? I've never done any of that. I've never gone into anybody's private life ever. And if you can prove it, so be it. So go on. If you're accusing me, what is your perspective? It's only your perspective. It doesn't make it real.
Well, I mean, I've said all I wanted to say, really. I think I've said enough. I've gone on what I've seen over the last 5 years. The people I've seen up people's backs to try and... I've seen your tag team. I've seen... And then that fall apart. Yeah, I have seen it.
Well, I'm still friends with Ministry. I know you don't like Ministry, but he's never
tried to... I don't give a fuck about Ministries. There's a fucking wet wipe. I couldn't give a shit. It's not to do with me. Don't care. Don't care. What about Ministry?
Who are you talking about then? Who else have you ever teamed up with?
I'm not here to fucking get dragged into your shit and start naming people and stuff. I don't care. If you've got problems going on, sort it out. I don't care. If you want to talk generally about staying safe online, then that's fine. Not bothered.
Or talk generally. But you didn't talk generally, did you? You tried to diminish everything that I was saying and everything that's actually happened to me through your own perspective.
Yeah, because you're not willing to say anything that you've done. You're not willing to take any responsibility or anything that you've said.
I've never rang mental health teams and tried to get people.
I never said you did. And I'll repeat it again. I said, and I'll repeat it. Right, third time. I said linking up with people who are looking into people, getting all their information, ringing up mental health services, ringing up other... You know exactly what I am talking about because you fucking told me about it.
I don't know who you're...
Well, you're the one that fucking told me. You were the one that told me.
Say it then. Say it then. I don't know.
Well, you're saying I don't know. You're saying I don't know when you're the one that told me. Well, you're the one that told me. No, because I'm not getting involved in your fucking shit.
Even fucking Yogi saying, oh, she's been racist. But he's never said, I've got anybody or tried to get anybody's section. So I don't know what you are honestly on about. Say it.
No, because you don't know you're playing dumb. You're playing absolute dumb.
No, I'm being honest. So go on. And if I know, I'll go, oh, yeah. They
no. They call me fucking James.
You're lying. You're lying. And if you knew it, you would fucking say the name. You're a liar.
No, I'm not.
Liar.
No, I'm not. So you don't know anyone that's tried to get anyone sectioned?
Section? No.
No?
No.
No. And I'm lying.
Hang on, let me think about... There's loads of people on here that tried to get... Nobody that's a friend of mine. Not actively, and have gone...
Can I just run this past me again? You guys know more than one person who needs to be sectioned.
You know full on exactly what I'm talking about. Believe me. Right, we've got a guest. UK lady, welcome.
Jamie, how are you tonight?
I'm all right, love.
Thank you for
I'm all right, love.
I think Zara's trying to refer to me on a few of these accusations that she's making, and as I've proven numerous times, the police have told Zara that they're not interested in her bullshit because she has no evidence.
It's not true. It's not true.
Yes, I've got 9 pages, or actually 12 pages of your police records, Zara, because you tried to call the police on me and say that I was making racist videos about you. You emailed them, I'm sorry. You emailed PC Parker and one other police officer in Lincoln Police. I've got all 12 pages. We can go through each one on a live stream if you'd like.
Go on then. Go on, if you've got that, because they don't do that. They do not.
I did a freedom of information. I'll tell you exactly how I got that information.
Would you like to see the latest email? I'll show my email.
I've got the latest information, Zara. If you shut up for a minute, I'll tell you exactly how I got your information.
Hang on, I'm going to stop this now. See you later, Perry, because fucking asked. That's why. Asked.
What?
Got your own channels for that. Do it on your own channels. Crack on. Have a great night. What a load of bollocks. Sort your fucking shit out, man.
I'm so confused.
Well, they're so against each other that they can't, but then they were going to go and start fighting and carrying on. And yeah, honestly, Matt, you kill it. Do it on your own. Unbelievable. It's a mental one, honey. I need a break.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, welcome to
Right.
YouTube.
So, something that I heard the other night. Let's do something a little bit less controversial. I heard somebody the other night accuse somebody else of having burger nips.
Oh God, no!
And that really upset me. No, I'm just messing up.
You're there.
I did hear it the other night. And I thought that was like fucking. That to me was a bit unnecessary. That seemed really fucking ruthless. Yeah, it was just a bit like mean.
CP, are you there, love?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that, Jamie.
Welcome back.
No, I just mentioned it because I thought it'd be a bit more lighthearted than what we just had to deal with, but also at the same time, just fucking no. That's just.
Oh yeah, that
even if it's true, it's an immutable characteristic. You didn't get
just disgraceful, like, yeah.
Have a go at somebody.
I think it's just one minute where it's where we were talking before, weren't we, about where you go, say if you're in a debate or something like that, when you're losing or when that person's losing, you just know that they're losing when they start to get personal, and you just like, you've lost it there, mate. You've lost it.
I have to be honest, that's exactly how I read it. It essentially was, okay, I don't like you. I'm going to get personal now. Like,
absolutely,
you either have some content or you don't.
Sorry. The comment. Sorry, in the chat.
Yeah, apologies, Bones. It's nothing specific. It's been a bit of a free for all. So.
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
You blocked me. It never ends on here. Blocked, timed out, blocked. Oh, final call.
What do you mean?
I do want to have a bit of a chat with you, Angela.
Okay.
We had we started a bit of a conversation last time about the context, what it meant to know something.
Yeah.
So what to your mind, what is it to know something? How do you know something? What's the difference between believing something and knowing something? Is there a difference?
Knowing something is where you know personally, you know it. Then also say scientific proof, that kind of thing. I suppose that's, then again, I don't know about scientific proof because it's, again, something can come out now that could change in the future. So I guess, but then a belief is something that you believe in, that it's a hopeful belief, you know. So I believe in God, believe in it. I don't believe he is factual because I don't know.
So
it's a full. Go on, sorry.
I just want to ask a quick question. Can you so like you can believe anything pretty much, like there's nothing that you can't believe really, like no matter how ridiculous it is, you could believe it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, within reason. No, but yeah, I suppose.
Can you know something and not believe it?
Sorry, I missed that.
So can you know something to be true?
Know something to be true.
Know something to be true.
Yeah.
And also at the same time as you know it to be true, not believe it.
Don't make
sense. I think you could not want to believe it, but
give us an example.
You would know it to be true. So you could claim not to believe it, but you would still personally know it and believe it to be true.
Oh, so you mean lie?
Yeah. To oneself rather than to other people, do you mean? Or...
No, so what I'm getting at is it's the distinction between to know something and to believe something.
Okay.
So you could believe something because you have faith in a position, but not know it, right? So we all know things that we believe to be true, but we don't know them to be true. But you could never know something to be true and not believe it. Can you give me I can give you an example of things that I believe to be true, but I don't know it. But you can't give me an example of something that you believe that you know to be true and not believe it, right?
All right. Okay. So you
can
talk about the universe. So the universe and the
It's just like it could be local. It can be local. It doesn't have to be the part of the universe.
I could
Di, are you there?
Hiya.
Hello, Di, love.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
Di.
guys.
Hiya.
Do you believe, Di, that's not true? Is it
Do
possible?
I what? Sorry?
Is it possible Epstein's alive, or is it unbelievable?
Yeah, can you
think, in my opinion, I think there's powers
Sorry.
far powerful than what we know. So yes, I think it could be believable that he's still alive.
Yeah, I agree.
Given the circumstances that what they've fed us, I do believe he's been protected by the higher people than him. Higher than Trump. Higher than, you know.
I think this is going over his heads, this, John.
Yeah.
Not exactly what I meant when I said, do you know something to be true and can you believe something to be true, but still.
No, yeah, I can with that.
Let's get it, because it has gone over my head.
No, I get him, but I know something to be true, so I know what they're like.
So my question is, can you, if you know it's true, can you not believe it?
What were you even talking about?
Yeah, because I cannot believe the depth that it's gone to. Does that make sense?
Isn't that like that's a level of madness that even you can't consider? Like, if you know something is true,
I do,
but you don't believe it is true.
No. I know it to be true to a level.
But you can say that in all, sorry, Angela, you can say that in all aspects. Something can be true because you've seen it, but you can't believe it.
No, I'm not saying 'cause I've seen it, because that would be a belief, wouldn't it?
We're not talking about the rhetorical use of the word. We're talking about a brain state. So
yeah, exactly. So I know something to be true because of my own past.
Oh, for God's sake!
Therefore,
yes, Julie, can you help me out here?
Yeah, I don't know where this is going. I don't know what the point is. Right, it's quite frankly quite obvious that if you know something to be true and it's known, that you're going to believe it because you know it's the truth.
Exactly.
Right. So now the reason that I'm asking this question is, can you believe something to be true and not know it?
Obviously.
Okay. So is belief a subset of knowledge, or is knowledge a subset of belief?
Belief is a subset of knowledge.
Yeah, exactly the same. A belief is a subset of knowledge.
Knowledge is a subset of belief.
Okay, prove it.
Okay, like I've just said, can you know something?
No. I said prove it, not make a statement.
But so that is the proof.
You're saying knowledge is a subset of belief. You've got to have the knowledge to have the belief.
No, it's a syllogistic argument.
John, what are you on about?
What does syllogistic mean?
It's a syllogistic argument, so it's two propositions and a conclusion.
Right.
Yeah, you've got to have the knowledge to believe. You've got to believe to have the knowledge. That's what
yes.
he's telling you.
No.
I believe this is going nowhere.
That works one way. That only works one way.
John,
on the road. Right, John, this is really, really stupid, right? Because you're not going to know something unless you can believe it to be true.
Right. So
you can know something. How do you feel alive, but then at the same time I can have a belief in God. It's completely different, isn't it?
Right, explain that, Angela, what you're saying.
So for me, I'm saying that you have a fundamental belief in God, for example, but we don't know God to be true 100%.
Yeah, I know, but that's the opposite of what I just said.
But that's what
what are we even talking about?
Yeah, but is the answer Tempe? Is the answer Tempe?
No, it's
I don't understand where he's going with this, and I don't understand what the point is that you're making, how it's gonna help our lives at all in any way, shape, or form.
Because myself and We had a discussion the other day, didn't we, about the same typical as kind of subject.
Yeah.
That was all. And at the time,
So,
there was only us three on here.
The reason this is going to help is because it's kind of how human brains work.
Right.
So the notion that you can believe something to be true is actually very surface level, and whether you can know something to be true is kind of the next level beyond that.
Exactly. So knowledge encompasses belief.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, belief encompasses knowledge.
How can it?
Okay, now, Dupes, you ain't going to win this one, love.
What? Can we just
Belief
change the subject?
No, I want him
Right.
to explain how it does.
Because it's
So if
sets
you're
and stuff.
telling me
That is
something,
not-
So
it's giving me
right.
knowledge.
right.
But guys,
Reverse
Stop,
it.
stop,
Your
slow
knowledge,
down,
I
slow.
believe
Let
to
me-
be
let
true.
me- let me do this. Like, so give me an example of something that you know to be true that you don't believe.
There isn't anything.
John, you're talking
Right.
bullshit. Stop.
So now give me an example that something that you believe to be true that you don't know.
I think it would be easier if you could give us some examples, John, because it's hard to think of something that you believe is true that
So,
you think
for
is not true.
example, I believe that my daughter loves me, but I don't know it.
I
Then
believe.
that's
ask
sad.
her.
That's sad.
But that's
You
not what
should
you're
know.
saying. You're asking us to think of something that we
You're
know
taking
is
that
true.
straight off because you're going into emotion then, and then you're feeling that your daughter don't
Then
love you. Is
John,
that what you're feeling?
ask her.
That's two different things, isn't it? I feel I'm loved.
Then ask your
I could
daughter.
ask, you know,
does
I
she
know,
love
I don't
you?
have to
Yeah,
say.
Yes or no?
a feeling is a belief. It's not knowledge.
Oh
Knowledge
my
is
What is a
God.
something
belief then?
no, not knowledge is categorized by JTB. It's justified true belief.
John, seriously, stop.
John, seriously, stop.
Well,
she
you
said.
just explained it yourself. Knowledge is a justified true
Belief.
belief.
Crap.
Therefore, knowledge
Has
encompasses
to be a
belief.
Yeah. Yeah, you are
Justified true belief.
right. Yeah.
Justified true
But
belief
John, you
equals
have lost
knowledge.
the chat,
Therefore,
you have lost
knowledge
the
encompasses
Just change
belief.
the subject.
No, knowledge is a subset of belief.
It can't be.
Yes, it is. It
It
has to
can't
be.
be.
Knowledge is.
You can have a belief without knowledge, can't you?
But how would you know? How would you know anything about a belief if you didn't have knowledge to begin with?
What the heck are we on about here? This is like mad riddles and shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's batting ball. It's batting
Yeah, but
ball
it's
time.
constant how my brain works. It's
CP,
like, it
you're
doesn't
gonna have
really
doctors
work.
out here, CP. Let's have
Yeah.
another lap at this guy. If you didn't see it before, this is the guy who murdered his ex-girlfriend.
Murdered.
Yep. Ended
Oh.
her life. Unalived, as they say on social
Oh,
media.
this guy you said about like worry about not being able to play GTA again or something.
Exactly.
Is that the one I've just seen recently? Let's have a look.
Right. So this is he's just rung the police. He's just rung the police and said, I didn't mean to, but I've killed my girlfriend.
In to get us here, or is there a body we need to go look for?
There is.
Where is it?
At hers.
At hers. Her house. Where's her house?
I need to speak to my solicitor. Can you please use that on me? I handed myself in on purpose.
Right, but we need to know where
is she?
where she is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Right. Robert, you're under arrest for murder, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, okay? That's to protect vulnerable people and for a prompt and effective investigation. That is because you have called in today saying that you have found a dead body and you believe you've done it, okay? Do you understand?
I'm gonna miss GTA in that.
What the fuck?
Which GTA? What are you talking about, Robert? Oh, you got ages for that.
Do you know what the fact that the police officer asked which GTA?
So I've got Robert Richards, on the 30th of May 2025, said the following: I accidentally killed her. At least I admitted to it. I'm going to miss GTA. I'm going to get life.
I can't get it out of my head.
What a fucking nut, guys.
Jubes, can you believe? Can you believe? He says, I'm going to miss GTA. I mean, what got me is that the priorities in his brain, the only thing that the lad can worry about is he's gaming. I mean, what the heck is
Yeah,
going
but
on?
how the hell did he get a girlfriend in the first place?
and the poor woman who's had her life taken. What a scumbag!
That's mental.
I mean, what else become? It's something else when you can.
It's a very depressed.
I mean, it's not funny, but it is
it's
just
not funny at all.
Well, I mean, it must be funny a bit because you did laugh.
I found it hilarious.
Yeah, no. What I mean is,
I didn't find it funny.
Yeah, well, I've got dark sense.
No,
and I'm not
find
going
it
to. I'm not going to apologize for it. It's funny because it's unbelievable.
I get where you were going, GP. When I heard it the first time, I laughed because I was like, it was like an incredulity. It was like,
But you notice that when you're out and about, when you're out. Sorry to interrupt you. You're out and about and you're somewhere. And you're talking to someone, or it could be a doctor, it could be a nurse, it could be someone, and there's always that chuckle in their laugh. That's the nervousness because they don't know what to say. He doesn't know what to say. You know, you guys, when you're laughing because you don't know what to say, it's so horrendous.
I mean, we all know that there's not funny about someone dying, and that poor family. No one's laughing at that. It's purely not. No one would laugh at that. It's like a dark.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at the death. But
No,
then I don't even know the woman to laugh at the death, for God's sake. But what I'm saying is that it is funny that somebody has just killed somebody, and all they're worried about is playing a game.
JJ says it's a ridiculous thing to worry about in the context, and the passion in his voice. That he's really gutted. Oh, I'm going to
exactly.
Oh,
Jamie, there might be a hint of
it is that. It's not
like just kill somebody.
Did he remind you of anyone? Let's play it again. Does he remind you of anyone?
Are you just calling this in to get us here, or is there a body we need to go look for? Where is it?
Oh my God.
At hers. Her house. Where's her house?
I need to speak to my solicitor. Can you please use that on me? I handed myself in on purpose.
Right, but we need to know where she is.
Yeah.
Right. Robert, you're under arrest for murder, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, okay? That's to protect vulnerable people and for a prompt and effective investigation. That is because you have called in today saying that you have found a dead body and you believe you've done it, okay? Do you understand?
I'm going to miss GTA in that.
Oh, it's insane.
Well, if he does good behaviour, they'll give him a game.
You got ages for that.
Well, I said, I said if the Greens get in, he might get a PS5.
The copper even said, don't worry, you'll have ages for that.
It's going at the moment, like he'll be out tomorrow afternoon if he with good behaviour.
It's unbelievable.
That was last May.
Won't be out tomorrow, though. That's the issue.
That was last May.
Get released by accident, you never know.
I think they'll put him in the game as a DLC.
Someone said at least he handed himself in.
I mean, he made out as if he could have gone on run and got away with it. He's like, I could have gone on run. And like the last
they'll say that he's got mental health issues.
I mean,
surely.
in fairness, it's a good job he did hand himself in, because that's the only way he would have got caught. I mean, generally speaking, the condition of the police these days, like you've got to fucking drive yourself at them to get the caught.
Mission failed, indeed. It's just it did make
awful,
me laugh.
Yeah.
I do laugh at dark stuff like that. I don't like that Erica clip. I still find that amusing, that clip. In fact, I'm going to show Jukes that. Jukes will find that amusing and all.
Why are you just trying to get me into trouble? Yeah. Go on, show me. I like a good laugh. I don't care what it's about.
It took me a while.
Yeah, I don't care what it's about. If it's funny, it's funny.
It's about that Erica Kirk and who got shot. Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm having computers froze. Hang on.
Are we gonna have another Candace Owens comment?
Yeah.
I know, do you know, like on the panel and then start laughing about something?
Is off a fucking tree, bless her.
Oh my God, someone's just said in the side chat he's not dead either. Fucking hell. The conspiracy theories is going mental.
He's definitely dead in. We've seen that live. He's
no, again, you seen who the same did it?
Yeah, we've seen that and all. I'm not going to go down conspiracy route.
That broke my fucking heart watching.
Horrendous. Horrendous.
Shot in the chest. That
obviously that was bad.
But it was also like all of the nutters running around going like in the very early hours, like these guys going, oh no, it was just like leaves blowing around on the roof or anything like that. And then after that, like when it turned out that it was the guy that shot him, they were going, oh yeah, well he must have been a professional, like because it was one shot and it was centre mass.
Oh yeah, they underestimate the power of these rifles.
Have you found that clip yet, Jamie?
No, I've got fucking just stalled. It's just blocked. Can't even load it up.
Like a professional. Like I shoot squirrels from 50 yards away.
What?
Whoa! We can't be having
what?
That. That's shocking.
You do know the profile. Hold on a minute.
100 yards.
Hold on a minute. You do know the profile of a murderer, didn't you?
Well, it starts with animals, doesn't it?
Well, it starts with torturing animals, but I don't torture them.
No, you just kill them. Why are you killing squirrels? What does squirrel ever do to you?
Well, they're a grey squirrel. They're an invasive species.
What's that got to do with anything?
That's the red ones, isn't it?
They kill all the red squirrels in the area. And also, I'm trying to stop them from, eating all of the nuts out of the nut orchard.
No, I can't agree
where
with
I'm
this.
paid to kill them to protect the nut orchard.
No. We should leave the squirrels alone.
Yeah.
Tag all squirrels matter.
Yeah.
I think you need your fucking gun. You need to get the gun off you, mate.
Yeah.
Killing squirrels.
How is it every time I come on here you talk about fucking guns?
Although having said that, right, years ago when I was working.
Don't you feel bad though? When it's dead, I just couldn't think of anything worse than shooting it and seeing it dead. I'd absolutely feel horrendous. I wouldn't think, I've done a service for red squirrels. I wouldn't be thinking that. No,
just feed it to my dogs.
Feed it to the dogs.
Yeah. Do you cook it first?
What, for the dogs? No, I've got two beagles. They just eat it.
What about if it had germs?
Right, you're a bit of a sicko, mate, and I'm gonna tell you straight.
Are you mad?
No, I'm not mad. I should be asking you that question. Mm-hmm. You're going around shooting squirrels and feeding it to your dog.
Right. Okay. What? Let me run this past you. Do you think you got to exist as the human that you are today without anything dying in your place?
She's not.
There was like guns around back then. I don't think.
Well, no, obviously, but we're not at risk of these squirrels. We don't need to go out and start popping them off. Can't they just live peacefully as squirrels?
No, because they're an invasive species.
The grey ones are. The red ones are.
Yeah, but you're not only unfair to the squirrel, you're actually making the dog eat squirrels.
No, the dog likes
no part in this. Yeah,
the dog likes the squirrel. The dog loves the squirrel
because he don't know no different. You've actually groomed the dog to eat squirrels.
Dogs are carnivores.
So the dog should just eat nondescript mincemeat that comes in. Right, so my dog should just eat.
Well, you do. Right? Do you not eat mincemeat?
Well, I eat all sorts of meat, some of which I hunt and some of which I buy from the supermarket.
Are they contributing to the economy?
What, the squirrels?
The grey ones.
No, they're an invasive species.
They're contributing to my protein in my diet. I can't say as they're contributing to the economy.
You eating them?
And do they mix well with the other squirrels? Do they integrate well?
No, they're an invasive species. They're for the ecosystem. Right. They're not.
So they're taking piss, are they?
Are you telling me? Does the dog eat it with the fur on?
No, he's going to skin it. Of course he is.
See, it's definitely a nutter.
So
it depends. So the dogs like playing with the tails because they've got the fur on the tails. They like the tail. But the actual meat, when I stew it down and put it in the dog food and stuff, then yeah, obviously I skin it. But
what did you know De Campo do?
See, I told you it's a nutter. I told you. He don't just kill them. He has to skin them as well. If we broke into his house, he's probably got fucking squirrels hanging up from hooks and tails all over the place. Yeah, I knew there was something wrong but weird about you.
So everyone's got something in their cupboard.
Jukes, do you eat meat or protein of any kind?
No.
Obviously, I do eat meat. Yes.
You eat meat, right? Okay. So, what meat do you eat?
Some things that aren't furry, I bet.
Chicken.
Pork.
They're fluffy.
Why do you want to know what meat I eat?
Duck.
No, that wasn't it.
Look, don't be offering me none of them squirrels because I won't eat it.
So, you think that me being in contact with the animals that I eat is somehow mental, but you being completely disconnected from where your food comes from is totally fine.
She didn't say that. She didn't say that. You're putting words in her mouth. She's not disconnected.
I said going around killing animals when it's not necessary is mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not necessary in your food chain.
Like, hang on. Like, if you eat meat, then the killing of an animal is fucking necessary, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm never going to eat a squirrel, and don't offer me one.
I didn't offer you one. At what point did I offer you a squirrel?
Well, I can't understand why you want to know what meat I eat.
Well, the reason that I'm saying is that you're having a go at me.
I'm having a go at you for killing squirrels and skinning them.
Well, it's not the only thing, because I know that there's a big deal. It is a big deal. Is this red and thing squirrel? I do know a bit about it. You go to nature.
I'm shooting something that is a pest species that is killing an indigenous species. It is currently engaged in despeciation from an indigenous species in the UK.
Now that changed
that we did by fucking mistake, and I'm correcting the error. And you're having a go at me, going, "Well, I'm some kind of lunatic because I kill it, and then I make use of the dead animal."
Maybe not.
Yes,
you eat
because nature is nature. Those squirrels don't know what they're doing.
But Gyps, you eat meat, right? So would you kill the cow that you eat? Would you kill the chicken that you eat?
No, I would not. That's why I don't mind.
So you're a fucking hypocrite, then, aren't you?
No, because we want it to be done ethically. So we want it done ethically, don't we, Jukes? We're trying to get to that. Is this your hobby? Is it something you do for fun, or are you an eco warrior, or you're about? No, I got to save the red squirrels.
Go on, Gyps. Would you kill the animals that you eat?
She said no.
I've already told you, no, I'd rather a farmer do it because they would know how to do it as quickly as possible in the most efficient way because they've reared the animals and they love them and wouldn't want to fucking hurt them, would they?
Do you know how?
John, you acting like a child.
I know you're, but I don't think
dead.
That's
dead quick. Dead,
but it's still unnecessary.
Listen, you're a freak. You're going around parks shooting squirrels.
Yeah, it seems excessive. I don't think it's necessary to go out shooting animals myself. But I want to defend John a bit because there's a lot of people. There's groups of people out getting rid of these squirrels. I know if we do a bit of research, there's campaigns to get rid of them and stuff.
And badgers.
You kill badgers?
I don't think you should be shooting badgers either.
No, but they have to though because they carry TB and therefore they go around. If there's too many of them, they go infecting the cattle and stuff. And so they have to do that, and they can't be overrun with them. And it's the same kind of thing where, if you think about all the grey squirrels, they are.
You're not eating the badgers, though, are you?
People always say they don't want them in the country and they want to go shoot goats and stuff.
Hang on, Gyps. The meat you eat is bred in captivity, raised in captivity, and killed in captivity. It's basically a product of human slavery.
Oh, what, John?
And then you fucking eat it. The meat I eat when I hunt it is born in freedom.
You'd have to get a lot of
happens to be shot by me and then gets eaten.
Okay, so what other kind of meat do you eat?
It's not fucking meat.
So you eat the squirrel as well now?
I put to use everything I shoot. Yeah.
What else do you eat?
Deer, rabbit, hare.
You evil bastard.
No.
You eat the same fucking thing.
What he's saying is you're doing exactly the same. It's just presented nice and packaged for you. It's exactly the same.
You buy yours from the supermarket.
Jamie, seriously.
It's just a different way of life, isn't it? I think, and it's just the way. I mean,
are you out of your fucking mind? Like, it's bred in captivity, lives in captivity, dies, is killed by humans in captivity. At least my meat gets to prance across the fucking field every now and
again. But it doesn't, because you shoot it.
But when he does that, he's not eating an animal in captivity, is he?
You could
actually argue that when we eat the captive ones, we're putting them out of their misery.
Jamie.
You what, CP?
We've got bigger issues to be talking about like the fact that
SEN, about the SEN stuff. About the SEN.
I've mentioned them to the
Basically, the Palestine Action Group
could be we don't talk about that either.
Tomorrow
boring.
In a high court.
What about the squirrel? What about the squirrel?
What do you call it?
You can't compare that to the life of a squirrel, CP.
I'll stop shooting it, and then you try and grow the shit that you want to grow in the sand bowl that you'll end up in. Because if I stop shooting deer and rabbits and things like that, the sand bowl that you'll end up in is fucking ridiculous.
God, he's shooting deer as well now.
Yeah, of course.
No, but you know what? I have to say that is the way of the life in the country, and like, I don't necessarily. It makes me feel weird. I don't.
Well, I'm beginning to realise why it's called the country.
Yeah, and so, but I think though it's the way of like dealing with the things being overrun, and I think when the fox hunting and stuff like that was like stopped, that's when the foxes started to become more into the urban areas. And I'm not saying that I agree with fox hunting, so if anyone jumps on me about that, I just think it's a way to call the animals.
Actually, I'll throw a bone to you. I fucking hate fox hunting.
Don't fucking throw bones to me, you weirdo. Here he goes. Look,
I hate fox hunting.
He's probably sitting there playing with a fucking squirrel skeleton.
It's completely cruel. It's totally unnecessary, and I hate fox hunting. But I also hate pheasant shooting, because pheasant shooting to me is ridiculous. Like they're birds that are intentionally bred in captivity and then kicked out into an environment that they don't know.
So hold on a minute. You don't like killing foxes, but that's only because you can't eat the meat, you cheapskate.
No. The pheasants you can, but do you know what? What they do is they breed the pheasants, and they only bred to be shot. And people pay pounds to go out.
It's an intentional life of suffering. And fox hunting, whilst foxes are pests, and we do have a shitloads of them, and they do cause problems for farmers, having them being ripped to death by dogs is a totally unnecessary death. So, like, if you've got a function, an aim in mind, I don't want to be unnecessary.
Well, I don't agree with fox hunting either. I never said I agree with fox hunting.
I didn't say you did. Are you fucking retarded? I didn't say that. I thought you agreed with.
Are you retarded? You're going around shooting squirrels, mate.
They're a pest.
To who?
Are you kidding?
I don't think they've pestered me though.
I shoot grey squirrels on a fucking nut orchard, you simpleton. How many times do I have to say it?
Let's get personal, innit?
Yeah, let's get personal.
When you go low.
So are they eating are they saying these squirrels are what? They're eating the nuts that are being grown?
Yeah.
They're invasive species. That's what they are, the grey squirrel.
And it's a grey squirrel.
They're
an
introduced.
Species.
I think they were introduced in Scotland, and then they worked their way down.
They're on the DEFRA pest species list.
Yeah.
So I shoot them.
But who decides they're a pest? I mean, they're entitled to
Well, he does, Jamie, because he's weird.
Well, hang on a minute. But DEFRA, this is
the governmental agency for animals.
Yeah, I know they are. I'm making the point that maybe they should just leave things be. It might be invasive, but it's just the way it is, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it? It's natural, isn't it?
No, because
we introduced the grey squirrel species.
So I think that those people, right, that are growing the nuts should find an alternate way to keep them out.
To protect their nuts better rather than murder. Yeah.
Because it's like tormenting people in the wild.
So like traps or deterrents.
Well, that didn't work with the badgers, did it?
Poison.
All of the things that we've been
Why
doing
can't they be grown in glass houses or something?
But then we'll still be overrun with the grey squirrels. And they're like, they can say flying.
Well, I ain't got a problem with the grey squirrels.
No, I haven't.
Because you don't live in the countryside, that's why. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying.
Do you have a problem with cows or chickens?
No.
Why would I have a problem with cows or chickens?
Right, I tell you what. Here's what you should do. Here's what you should probably do. Try and take a nice wet bite out of one of those animals without killing it first, and then come back.
What are you on about? Why would I want to bite a cow?
Don't do that.
And why does it have to be a wet bite?
He makes a point that he's saying, hang on a minute, just because he's doing it himself, although I'm not sure about the squirrel bit, the hunting thing I get, but there's not enough for everyone to hunt, is there? It has to, there's just
well, deer there is. We could protein wise, we could actually, like the deer.
Not enough deer in this country as well to just hunt deer and survive.
You could introduce it to the food source, couldn't you, really? The amount of squirrels we got. They are an invasion species. They are.
My point here is the hypocrisy.
Yes.
It's the I'm happy to eat it as long as somebody else. I'm going to call somebody else a sociopath when they kill it, and then I'll eat it.
Because you're enjoying doing it, skinning it, and feeding it to yourself.
I have asked him that a few times. He hasn't said that. I have asked him if he enjoyed it, if it were a hobby.
Oh no, I don't know. I have no problem with admitting that I do enjoy hunting. Yeah.
So how do you feel when you've got that kill and the squirrel's like, dead?
Well, it depends. So the squirrel's not so much, to be honest. The squirrel is just it's just a job to be done. They're sort of, they are a pest animal, so it's just about killing as many as possible as quickly as possible. And they're not really a challenge. The deer.
You use a pellet gun.
So well, it depends what I'm hunting. So I have different rifles for different jobs.
2 air rifle.
Well, I use a 177 HMR for squirrels typically. And I have a 22 Christensen, and the main rifle I use.
Specialist there, Angela.
But the main rifle I use for deer is it's a 308, to be honest. Which is a big beefy round.
I just asked about some ages ago. Is that my bad? Sorry.
No, it's fine. Like you can put a deer around with a small, like a Chinese water deer or something. It's a small deer. They're not big.
I don't think you're doing yourself much favour than here.
Your objective has to be to put it down quickly and with as little fuss as possible, because you want to minimise suffering. You as much as you have a job to do.
So now the squirrels don't put much of a fight, so they're vulnerable. And you picked on the little. Deer.
Yeah. Well,
no,
the costing
it's about whether it's a challenge to shoot. So squirrels are easy because you just set up a hide and you sprinkle some nuts on the ground, and these little idiots come running over, and the objective is to kill as many squirrels as possible in order to maximize the yield for the farmer.
Do you hear what he said? He's not even waiting for the squirrels to come and try and take the nuts. He's actually enticing them, the mad.
Well, he called them and all. He called them idiots. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So you bait the squirrels in the off season. So you try and shoot the squirrels in the on season when the nuts are on the trees. Because they're running across from their warrens, their dens.
Why don't you fuck off, you stupid bitch, in the fucking chat? Fuck off.
Whoa. What's going on? I'm just going to laugh at everything from now on.
Thank God I weren't writing in the chat. I might have thought she was talking to me.
See anything.
It's fucking liar again. Fucking abuser.
Right, 3 million of these squirrels, John. So you've got your
go,
work.
John. Starting again.
Ain't
Me, ain't me.
Yeah, you've got your work cut out because there's 3 million of these grey squirrels, and they've cost 1.1 billion over 40 years, and they damage trees by stripping the bark. Bloody hell! But if that's all they're doing, I'd leave them to it, me. I don't think it's a big deal. It's only a few squirrels.
Listen, I'm not worried about the squirrels. How much more does everything else cost? Look, listen, you leave the squirrels alone.
It's making me laugh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they got nice bushy tails and everything.
Yeah.
I wish I had tails down.
Yeah.
I said that loud, didn't I?
And there's not much meat on a squirrel neither. You'd have to kill like 20 to get a scran on.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah, but hold on a minute, because think about what people say here about the human form of them.
What do you mean? There's human squirrels?
What?
Human rats. Not that I've seen regularly, no. Gosh. No, but you know, like I say, the people that come here that
she's going to link the red squirrels and the brown squirrels and say one's an invasive to this country and use it as an immigration.
Oh, it's not the same frigging thing. Not at all.
Yeah, because no, kind of, because everyone wants them gone. It's the same with like the grey squirrels, I suppose.
Yeah, but I don't advocate shooting them. What, you think we're going to start employing people like this bloke here and say, here's a rifle, go and sit on the fucking shores and start shooting people?
If you just look at it as a numbers game, though, right, and you say, so, right, and using that analogy that Angela's using, and you say, all right, well, we want to get rid of all the grey squirrels. How? 3 million of them. Same with the migrants.
Well, if they safely were to catch them in traps, Jamie, and then
send it on. I'm not saying that. Let me finish. So, no, the point is, if you go, even if we've got someone in government who goes, right, we're going to get rid of all these grey squirrels, we haven't got an army big enough. We haven't got enough planes. The numbers are just so out of control. This is why I keep saying, what does any of these political parties actually want specifically to do? Because no one dares say it, because they all know nothing can be done just from a numbers position.
It can be done, and it will be
cannot,
done.
Jules, it cannot. We only have got an army. We haven't got an army strong enough. There'd be civil war. There'd be absolute murder on the streets, until it'd have to be. Everyone would have to just chill out.
There wouldn't be civil war. If you said every single person in the country of colour, there'd be civil war.
Yeah. So that's why I say let's get specific then. So how many generations are we going back? What do they want specifically? Who's getting removed and who's not? No one dares say it because they know nothing can be done because it's bollocks.
Right. So number one, shut the borders.
Shut the borders.
Right. So if it's shut today, no, anybody that tries to come in from today, they get rejected.
Yeah.
They are shut already though.
Right?
People are not saying this. We haven't got political parties that have put this down in paper saying vote for us and we will absolutely remove anyone that arrives here. There's no one saying any of this. It's all bollocks. That they're just causing division.
Yeah, I know, but they could say it, couldn't they?
But they're not, and they've had 10 years to do so. And they're still not willing to do it.
Well, that's why they're going to lose their fucking power, isn't it?
Look, can I just say for a minute, the borders are shut. The legal borders are shut. And they have been shut since 2019, 2020.
Well, I think the coastline needs to be protected. Anybody that comes in anywhere can't claim asylum.
How are you going to do
it?
when
I say shut, Angela, I mean you can't even claim asylum.
But that's not going to be able to happen. Do you know what I mean? People have got the right.
And
we the same for us if we wanted to claim asylum.
Until they change the law, it used to be able to happen.
Well, I'm actually going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons here. For the most part, Dupes, your immigration policy, I'm kind of on board with.
Well, you would be. From the left to the right, have had enough. 67% of this country have had enough of immigration. It's probably gone up since then.
Well, the only place where I probably disagree is, so what I would like to see is economic asylum, economic migration almost down to zero. And actual asylum, I think like people who need actual asylum being like completely okay.
Yeah, but you can't get to that. You can't get to a situation like that until we sort the system out. We need to completely shut down completely, and then deal with the problem that we got.
But
my main concern is this notion that migration into the UK is somehow a net benefit by virtue of GDP. I don't want to make a value judgment of a person by virtue of their value as a person. Like all people have value in that their people and their lives should be considered, but in terms of the economic benefit that they provide, the notion that like every person is a unit of GDP, in and of itself seems a bit dehumanizing, but also isn't fucking true. Like I was educated in the UK, raised in the UK, I have a base in the UK, and the amount of tax and GDP that I'm going to contribute is well in excess of the vast majority of almost anybody that is brought into the country. And also it seems a little bit like
Dad knows there's a squirrel, quick, get your gun.
But it's also a little bit like reverse colonialism, isn't it? It's sort of like we used to go to these countries with our guns and they had spears and we'd go like, give us your shit. And now what we're doing
there's
is
a squirrel, I told you.
We're dangling our economic
squirrel.
Dupes, I'm trying to help you here. I'm trying to help you.
You're not helping me with nothing, squirrel.
But now we're dangling the economic carrot and going, let's have your educational resources instead. Well, I think the Indian countries that have spent their resources educating their Indian doctors probably need their Indian doctors. And we should probably, I don't know, maybe educate our own fucking doctors, as opposed to just go, well, maybe India can educate their doctors.
Most of them coming in are not doctors. It's not about the doctors.
I know that. I'm trying to cut this out from their fucking ridiculous argument that is the PR that we're being sold. I understand that. But if you cut the legs out from the rational argument, then all they can fall back on is the irrational argument. And the irrational argument is fucking even more daft.
Don't you get that feeling some people like the sound of their own voice?
Does anyone know the amount of the illegal immigrants, how many of them get granted asylum? Is there a percentage or anything? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a disgrace. I seen one guy say, I don't know, answer the question, I don't know, over 100 times. I don't know. He got accepted. No one's got any information. No one's got any. It's about 70%. And the truth is, it'll end up being 100%. There'll be an amnesty. There's just too many. It's a numbers game. Too many. Not enough staff. All they can do is just throw the shit up in air and then come out with shit in commons. You can only get 300 people on a flight at a time. So 10 flights is 3,000. Yeah, 30,000 is 100 flights. How many flights are going to go a day over a year? You just can't get anywhere near the numbers. It's all just nonsense.
But the ones, isn't it that the ones that are still
we don't have
to
fly them out.
All right, but do you think that they're going to say they're going to boat them out then?
We can send them all back to France. That's where they come from.
Are they all going to just walk on the boat willingly? They're all just going to turn up, walk on boat. We're not going to need no staff. We haven't got an army big enough.
I think the problem. I think this large number isn't the correct factual number for the people coming over.
Soon have enough people saying yes.
No, I know, but the number that's being given is kind of, it's like somewhere overstayers, but a lot of them they're stuck in the system. Do you know what I mean? To get
you're going to do it in staggered amounts anyway. You're not going to say, "Oh, right, 30,000 have got to go back tomorrow. We're sending back 30,000."
No, but even if they said they were sending any back, they'd have to send back at least more than arrived, wouldn't they, for it to make any difference? So if they'd have to send back more than's arriving.
Even if they only started with 100 a day, people would be happy.
Yeah.
You have sent them back.
The trouble is we can't afford it. We cannot afford it.
A day, you'd start saying people saying it costs 250 grand per person to remove and all. I think the costing's about 160,000 per person.
So anyone got the stats on the legal aid that we're paying?
Yeah, I don't believe that. I'll do it
that we're
cheaper.
sending abroad
I
already.
can do it cheaper
We should
than
keep
that.
it here.
But the truth is, Jukes, no one's even asking for this. Reform's saying he don't want deportations. He don't want it, deportations. So all this hoo-ha, all this fucking nonsense that everyone, what do people want? What specifically?
Well, that's going to cost him if he goes down that road.
He said it loads of times. He does not want.
Idiot. He's an idiot.
Well, he's not an idiot. He knows that if he didn't say that, he's got absolutely no way of getting into power. Absolutely.
And also, you got to think, it's going to be another 3 years before the next general election. So in that time, the numbers will have gone down, definitely. And so what is it then going to be voted in for?
Are you going to say they're going to be going down? They're still coming. It's still happening. You've got the summer yet?
No, because hold on, Dan. No, you got to remember this has been going on since 2019.
I know how long it's been going on, but you've still got the summer yet. You've got softer, colder waters.
Over. Angela, there has been.
It's been way longer than 2019.
It's gone down.
97.
CP.
It looks like we're heading into civil war then, doesn't it?
I think not even that, because it's all about preventing.
Rebellion.
The government's looking at preventing it, and if you look at the say, being British and I'm British, well, you don't have to be white to be British, and that's because
who said that you do?
Well, I'm not saying anyone on this panel said that, but you do see it come up quite a lot.
There's a lot of discussions saying that. Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, well, if you went to France, you'd expect to see French people. If you went to Germany, you'd expect to see German people. If you went to England, what people would you expect to see?
Asian.
Multicultural.
English people, but the difference is it's not, is it? And why is it not? That's because of what the British Empire has been for a long time.
Depends what part. If you fly into London, you might not, and depending where you go, you might not see somebody white.
But there's no one working within the system that we're in now and the one that we're living in. So a question that's on the British citizenship test, I mean, we'll fact check this, is how long is the Muslims, how long is Eid? That's one of the questions. And that's acknowledging that there's
because there's Islamifications going on.
We've made a bit of a rod for our own back there. So, for example, to be the English.
We had the Dutch, we had the French colonized in French Guiana. You had the Dutch over in the Caribbean. You know, it wasn't just us on our own. Colonized, we came together and did it.
Yeah. You never hear anyone talking about the Portuguese, do you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Did I or did I not say we? I didn't say I have made for our own back. We.
Well, it weren't me, so don't say we, because don't include me in that.
The point is that
I ain't got no white guilt over here. No, stop it.
So the British, we don't really make that much of a distinction between ethnicity and nationality, and a lot of other cultures, a lot of other nations, they have much more of an alignment between their nationality and their ethnicity. Now, because the British Empire was so expansive, our ethnicity and our nationality has become somewhat vague. So if you was, for example, to say like,
listen, I'm not somebody that wants 100% white country, so you're not going to get me on board with that, mate.
I didn't say that I was trying to do that. In fact, I was arguing.
Well, that is what you're trying to do, because what you're trying to do is say, well, so you want remigration,
Jupes, don't start putting fucking words in my mouth. I didn't say that. You didn't hear me say that.
Oh, I did.
I'm about to say that.
Oh, I did. And I'll tell you how you did it. Do you want me to tell you how you said it?
All right, Jupes, you tell me what I was thinking.
You've got a problem over the terminology of the word British.
Yeah.
You believe that our nationality and our ethnicity should align with each other.
No, I don't.
But if you don't, why are you promoting it?
No, I'm telling you that there's a difference between the two. Not that they should fucking align.
And that's the reason why we got the difference, and we're going to keep it. Yeah,
no,
because there are some people that are legitimately in this country that are not white.
Jupes, I don't give a single shit about the color of somebody's skin. You didn't.
Okay, so what do you care about?
Did I just not finish telling you that most countries have more of an alignment between their nationality and their ethnicity than the British
which
do?
would imply you want us to be the same as them.
No, I was making a fucking I was making an
What
observation.
point was you making? Come on, quick.
I was
relax. Come on.
I was pointing out that we observe a difference between the two.
For what point? We already know that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've observed the same thing I've observed. But if you've observed the same thing that I've observed, and now that I've told you that we've got a difference between the two, what gives you the justification of me going like, oh, well, he's a racist because?
She never said that.
What possible justification did you have for that?
I said, I will never get on point with somebody that wants to send all of the ethnic minorities out of the country, even if they're British. And we end up with a permanent white country. You haven't said it specifically.
Did I say
you
that?
You haven't said it specifically. Okay.
Oh, I have not said it specifically. So you're just going to read my mind and then you're going to tell me that that's what I was going to say. Are you out of your fucking tiny little brain?
No. When you talked about killing grey squirrels and you aligned to people and you joined in the conversation with aligning it to people, and then when we talked about remigration, you said that you quite like the idea of remigration. So you're on board with remigration.
What?
But for some reason, you wanted to suddenly bring up that there's a difference between every other country in the world and us. And you didn't say it in a proud, boastful manner, as if you found it a positive thing. You said it in a way that you were so monotonously boring, but at the same time, you know, these people, they've got it right because, and you keep going on about all this colonization that's going on. So yes, you did give me the impression that that's what the road you were going down.
I've not mentioned colonization once.
If that is not what you meant, I apologize for getting you wrong. Okay, on that point.
Well, you're going to owe me a fucking apology because at no point have I mentioned.
Well, you've already had it, you mug.
Stop swearing, John.
You seem to have your elbow bent out of shape because I kill animals and you eat animals, and you are just really.
I think you're an evil git. Yes.
I think this is fall out. I mean,
that's where our beginning, middle, and difference of our you're upset with me seems to be start and finish.
No, you want to know what I don't like about you? Find you boring.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. I think you go 100% around the houses to get to your point.
There are other people on the panel, not just John.
Yeah, let's move it. Let's move it on. And if you keep shit staring in chat, you just leave it. OT, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. I've seen it all before that. It's absolutely stupid. And then other people latch onto it who's not seen all the history, who's not seen all that carry on. So if you're going to keep shit staring about it, you'll probably get timed out. Yeah. Whatever.
Don't worry about the chat. I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's just getting out of hand to try and drag me into it. But if people's got issues with each other, you should absolutely block people.
I don't have issues with him. It's just that he goes on and on and on with no point at the end of it. I'm finding it very frustrating, to be honest.
Dupes isn't pandering to the chat. She can't pander the chat. She can't read.
I don't think he's on about you two in the chat, to be fair.
No, it was something separate. I was trying to just bring that down.
So.
Yeah. Out, clashed over
something. On about you two. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I apologise, Jamie. I thought you were saying that people were going at us.
No. This channel, exactly. The chat is. And Bud, none of your comments got deleted. I went and had a look. Oh, you've blocked them both. Well played, Flora. And then if someone else could protect Flora, and then Flora doesn't have to get involved in the modding, she don't get the shit for it. It's and then Flora's then not deleting comments.
Good move, Flora.
Yeah.
She's a good little one to have in your chat, you know.
So
I see what happens, and I know what it is. It's deliberate, and yes, it's petty and it's silly, but I know what they're doing. They know what they're not daft. And
anyway, let's move on to Andy.
Yeah. Who's Andy?
Can I ask you a question?
Windsor Mountbatten.
John, not a John show.
Oh, formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
Well,
I was looking at something the other day, and I was thinking, well, I think Prince Charles, William and Kate, I think they've all come out and actually have said something and put the victims first and whatever's gone on. And I think that's their way of telling us they've washed their hands of him.
Yes.
Sarah Fergie is right on her own now, but I think their statements, I sincerely think they've washed their hands of him because he ain't got a fucking penny at the moment. He ain't got a pot to piss in.
Can I ask you a question? Is it Dig? D-I-G? Die. Sorry, thank you. My opinion is that Fergie and Andrew should be chopped up for kindling. Prince Andrew should abdicate, and William should be king.
Abdicate from what?
You mean Prince Philip?
King
Philip. Yeah.
Charles.
No.
Oh, Charles.
He's not a king.
Charles should abdicate.
He's not a king.
And William should be king. Yeah. So Andrew and Fergie should literally in the wood chipper with both of them.
Oh, I never said that. That's a bit.
No, that's a bit too far. Yeah.
That's a bit too far.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish any illness or
it's weird.
And Charles should just abdicate and shuffle off into quiet retirement.
No, Charles would go the same way as his mother. You can see that they're too royal to do that. They would die on the throne. Too royal, yeah.
Optical Turnkey in the chat says, Society X, is it okay if I promote meat? What the heck? But you need to put in brackets because I know it will wind Flora up and cause shit in the chat.
Well, because it was grown in a lab. Yeah. It wasn't it didn't live a life of freedom before it was.
I mean, if you change your comment to "Can I promote meat?" and in comments and try and wind Flora up a bit more, then crack on. But
is Flora vegetarian?
Yeah, and
she's vegan.
Flora's not dumb enough to know that people eat meat. I've talked many times about the canine teeth. It's about being respectful in chat. You know what you're doing. Madness.
They call it madness.
I'm sure King Charles come out today and said something about it.
I think it was a couple of days ago, to be fair.
I read a rumour that it failed to give royal assent recently.
That was today or yesterday, yeah.
Unheard of, and if he has done that, it's kind of exciting, but it's probably for the wrong reasons because he's an eco warrior. He's a Charlie boy.
He used to talk to the plants, didn't he, years ago?
And also, he's a meddler. He's known for
meddling. Yes,
stern letters to him. Getting involved, stern letters to politicians. So if he's
definitely not his mum.
Well, they stuck you out at Sandringham, Norfolk, haven't they? And Sandringham's where they go at Easter usually. So I'm wondering, but she's out on her ear, all Fergie.
Should we become a republic? Is this where we're heading? I mean, I don't think it looks good for the royals at the minute, does it?
It doesn't, but I think the royals, the way I look at the royal family is kind of like a figurehead, and it's a little bit like the figurehead on a ship. Like if you're a sailor in the Navy, and somebody decided to fuck with the figurehead on your boat, despite the fact that it doesn't make the boat sail faster. And it's something that you've got to clean. It's like this inefficient thing that you have. If somebody fucked with it, if they tried to mess with it, you'd fucking kill them.
But if
what?
It's part of it's a figurehead. It's part of.
I get it. You're saying you don't shit on your own.
Remember, right? Take a look at this though. Remember, right? You got Annie, you got Edward, you got all Charlie. Don't get me wrong; they've all had their problems. But it's in their generation. It's happened. It hasn't happened in the grandchildren. It happened in Willie and in Zora and Peter Phillips and the girls or anything like that. It's the generation of Charles where this has all gone wrong. His generation.
I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. I know I've got to be serious, right? John, you have just made me laugh because you are obsessed with murder
and death.
Yeah. Well, so far, your answer to everything has been meat grinders, shooting people if they touch a figurehead, and killing animals.
Oh, for God's sake.
Because don't get me wrong, Andrew been doing this ever since he was on that bloody chopper coming out of the Falklands. There was Kustark. He's had loads in his past, and it's only come to light now. That's why they called him Randy Andy all his fucking life.
Yeah, that's
true, Di. True.
Like,
he's the top generation. That's what I'm always thinking about. It's the shit at the top. That age era. Going further down, you don't see, I mean, you had all Harry in a Gestapo outfit. I remember that. Right. But nothing is what he's brought. He has brought a lot of shame, and to keep Virginia Defray quiet. She never got her day of justice. She never got anything in court. I mean, don't get me wrong, Thames Valley are investigating Andrew now, and nothing can fucking stop him. Get on with it. Getting over there.
But the king said, haven't they? The king said that he will be behind anything that
goes forward. Yes.
Yeah, he has. He's like on the side.
I mean, that poor chap. Don't get me wrong. That poor chap that was on his motorbike, and that fucking American woman that came out on the wrong fucking side of the road couldn't get her fucking extradited back here. But I'll tell you what, fucking send he back. Send him over there to face them all. I'd like to see Andrew in fucking orange.
She did get charged.
You see Andrew in orange going up and down the fucking prison. They get rid of he and all, and he'd be out in fucking Israel. You wait and see.
So when did Israel become an issue here?
That's where Jeff is. Jeff's out in Israel.
Because there's a possibility he's still alive.
Probably AI. That it's probably AI. That picture.
Of course, this AI. The road signs are fucking backwards. It makes sense.
After what's come out in the last few days, you can't
just
dismiss
imagine
anything.
Prince Andrew in an orange jumpsuit.
Exactly. You can't dismiss anything. Yeah, that's the maddest part of it all. We've got a parliament full of people that were aware that people in their own parliament were friends with somebody that was a convicted paedophile.
Yeah.
Who not only turns out to be a convicted paedophile, tortured kids. With allegations of child trafficking as well.
Don't they say innocent until proven guilty? Go on, then show us all, Andrew. If you've got nothing to hide, show us all.
Man doesn't really talk about them.
He needs to open his mouth. He needs to start speaking out. He needs to speak up.
Yeah, I don't remember being at a fucking Pizza Hut fucking 15 years ago. Yeah, he can't remember putting his arm around a fucking girl in a windowsill.
I bet he's sweating.
Yeah, but do you know what, Di? Do you know what's really sick about that, right? Because when Pizzagate come out all those years ago, and they were speaking about it, we all said, oh, this is a bit far-fetched and everything else. Now it's all come out proper. That don't seem so far-fetched. And what's one of the code words?
Pizza.
There you go. No, you heard the jerky.
But remember as well, what Ghislaine Maxwell, she's pleaded to the fifth, she's whatever. But she have actually authenticated that picture. He was there with her at that
No,
picture.
but what I'm saying, Di, is when he was saying I was getting pizza. Well, he was getting pizza, weren't he, by all accounts? Because that's what they said that pizza meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there's so many different code words though. Like one of them is jerky. It's just like literally, it's the most head fucking thing ever when you listen to it.
I'll tell you what, though, he'd have altered, hadn't he, in 30 years? Fuck me.
No, oh my God, I can't even. I've been watching that. There's that woman that's gone missing, isn't there, in America? I don't know if you've seen that. The news.
Yeah, the 84-year-old woman that's been kidnapped.
Yeah. That's awful. So that's been on 24/7. But they're saying that might even be connected because she was the first one to interview all the girls.
Do you know what I said to my wife? Like, when the fuck do you ever hear about this happening? Like when have we ever in real life? When have we ever heard of like a person being kidnapped for ransom, like a famous person, and it's like all over the news? It's like,
was she that didn't wear any shoes? What's her name? Joss Stone. They had a trap for her. Duffy was kidnapped.
But isn't it nuts though? Like it hardly ever happens.
Well, it's only because we don't get to hear about it. Even Ollie Willoughby, he had a thing to get her, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, but this is mad though because it's proper. It's taken over all the press over there, hasn't it? Everything's all about it, all in the news, everywhere.
I think
So
it's
he's taken a massive.
mess. They're going to make a movie.
Everyone went in on it. This cover up. It goes very, very deep, and a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
No, I mean that this is a major distraction. That's the point.
Final link in chat if anyone wants to join us. We're wrapping up about 15 minutes.
So why did CP drop out? Because she couldn't talk about Palestine.
Probably. She never gets to speak, don't CP, she says.
Did anybody ever find out her hobbies?
Whose hobbies?
CP's.
Hobbies? Filming in public.
Before that?
Yeah, she's got quite a few.
What are her hobbies?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I don't know. Pokemon? Does she do a Pokemon?
No. Not that I'm aware of. No, she does. She does. I don't think she want me to say though. She does. She goes to the thing on the Saturday morning still, the homeless thing.
She don't shoot squirrels, does she, Angela?
No, she don't bother with squirrels.
No, definitely not.
You're not going to let this fucking go, are you, Juice?
Very often.
Squirrel!
I don't know. I might in a couple of days. You'll probably find out I'll be all right tomorrow.
I'll let it go in a couple of days, love.
Not so hazy.
After I've had my brew, my cup of joe.
DP's bought a new watch. Go on, mate. It's collecting watches. DP.
Right.
See,
you know what? Next time you can have a hamburger, that's when you can fucking.
He's a rapper now.
Don't talk to me like that, please.
Do you live really rural?
There's no need for you to be rude, because what I would like to do is actually talk about an airplane that's absolutely nothing to do with the conversation, but I can take you all around the houses and fly around for about 3 hours to make a point that's absolutely not going to land, because there is no point to it.
Where DP?
That sounded a bit circular, Jeeps. Not going to lie.
It sounded what?
A bit circular, Jeeps. It was almost a tautology, but it wasn't circular.
A whatagy?
A tautology.
Oh, he's got an ology.
What's that?
Yeah, what's a tautology?
A tautology is like a circular argument, but it's not quite a circular argument.
I think he swallowed a thesaurus.
A tautological argument is something that references its first premises and its conclusion, but it's not circular.
Do you know who he sounds like, Jamie?
I'll let
no,
just so you understand, dear sir, I was actually taking the piss out of the fact that you come on here and you talk about things and you go into great detail to tell us something that is the bleeding obvious, but at the same time doesn't actually make a point. Jamie, that was the whole point of me talking about airplanes and flying around and taking the time to waffle.
Hang on a minute, Jupes. Jamie, do you know who this chap sounds like? No disrespect, John. Do you know who he sounds like? J.O.J.
Yes.
J.O.J.
Yes, he does, and that's very irritating.
No disrespect. Honestly, I didn't mean it nastily. I'm just saying you sound
like
J.O.J.
I don't know. I should take that now. I don't know who this chap is.
Well, to be fair, Jupes have just explained
it. Is that your phone voice, Jupes?
My phone voice is hello. Hello.
Funny.
Hello. Speaking.
Good afternoon. May I take your name?
Oh, that's funny. I thought I'd learned a new word.
That 12-year-old that got killed.
Anology.
The teenager. It was vile.
Two lads in school stabbed him back at the neck. Apparently.
Terrible.
The 2 lads got stabbed in back at the neck by that lad.
Oh, the day before as well,
weren't they?
A couple of days before they tried to drown another woman.
The 2 lads are okay, aren't they?
We've got a dilemma in chat. Joe, what's your dilemma? Yeah, these lads, one of them's in a major trauma centre in a critical condition. Stabbed him back at the neck.
Oh, God.
Gone to school.
What did you say the day before they tried to drown someone, Angela?
Oh, no. I was talking about the lad who got sentenced today for stabbing a 12-year-old.
It's getting worse in these schools, isn't it? Don't you
fear
for your grandchildren, you know?
No, it was on his way home along the canal path, I think, or something like that. I don't quite know where it was.
I think if I had children now, I'd homeschool
them. No, I wouldn't.
I do. I feel for the boys more than I do the girls. I feel for them. I do.
Oh, I feel for both. I think it's sad.
Yeah. I'm on about the anger boys carry. They carry a lot more anger than girls do in that way.
Well, but boys are easier. We're simpler. Like the bit more aggression and stuff.
You said it.
Well, no, we are simpler. Like behaviorally, we absolutely are simpler. But intellectually, boys and girls have exactly the same intelligence. But
no, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. More girls go to university, first
than
of all.
boys.
Secondly, white working class are at the bottom of the league tables.
What's white got to do with boys?
Well, I'm telling you.
Well, no, hang on.
So the major proportion of the country
since when did
hold on? You want me to explain it?
But there's loads of others which show people from other ethnic backgrounds would be in, for example, lower quality housing, Pakistani community.
Also, I'm going to explain why I said white.
I didn't even get to the end of my fucking sentence before you leaped in. I said, on average, boys and girls have the same intelligence.
No, they don't.
On the belt, are you fucking serious?
I don't think they do, John. Serious. I think there's a higher rate of girls who get through to university, college positions a lot more than men.
I'll wait for one of you
in a working class society. I would say, not those that are privately schooled.
So, sociologically speaking, boys and girls have almost exactly the same intelligence. Girls sit more on the mean, and boys sit more on the top and the bottom of the curve. So there are more boys that are morons, and there are more boys that are geniuses. But on average, we sit in the middle. Girls, on the other hand, there are less girls that are morons, and there are less girls that are geniuses. But they also sit almost exactly on the average. The reason that there are more men.
Where are you getting your stats from then?
Well, psychologicals, like the ONS.
So more girls go to university, which means they're more academic and they've got a higher education than boys. Okay.
Do you not think that might be
because more girls go?
Education institutions.
And the reason why I said white earlier is because the majority of this country at the moment is still white. Okay. So even if you were to go 50-50, right? Boys and girls from the white community.
Hang on.
Hold on. You wanted to ask why I said it. I'm going to tell you why. Yeah.
Yeah, but Jibs, you've just said
the majority of the country. So even if you take,
are there more
even if you take the other ethnicity boys,
more academic than boys.
If you're going to let me finish my point, if you don't mind, even if you take the other ethnicity boys, it's not going to weigh up to the 50% of girls. Okay, it's not going to weigh up because more girls go to university overall.
Jibs, even if that was true, what justification do you have for going, oh yeah, but white? Like
I just explained it to you.
You've just made a sex divide.
I've just explained it to you because let me break it down again for somebody that's so educated that he understands everything.
No, I get it, Jibs. You clearly don't.
What working class boys, which is the majority of white people that are male, going into education, are at the bottom of the league table. So if you take away the white boys that are at the bottom of the league table, that leaves all other ethnicity boys. And they are not going into university at the same level as girls. And seeing as white people are the majority of this country, then that means the majority of children that are male in this country going to school are at the bottom of the league table. Do you get it?
Yeah, Jibs, I get exactly what you've done, but you've just taken away the white boys and then you've just gone girls, which is all girls. Do you now understand why
white girls are not at the bottom?
I don't give a fuck about who is at the. You can't just take away white boys and then say white boys are performing badly if you just take away white boys and then go all girls. You fucking idiot.
Okay.
She wasn't.
It's a
She was saying as
Let
in
me
the white
explain
average.
it to you. Let
She
me
was saying
explain
the
it to
white
you another
average.
way.
The Democrat of this country is the white average. All right, that's what they're on
Yes.
about. That's what she's saying. The teenagers, the boys and the girls. Academically, girls are much higher than boys on achievements for college, for university, and ever at the level you're speaking of. She's only implied the whiteness because she's saying on average this country. Now, if you said on average across the board, all ethnicities, okay, probably I would probably say myself personally, ethnic minorities. You want to call them that? I wouldn't call them that, but ethnic people are going. No, you've had yours are going to college a lot more. Because that's down to the parent structure, the family structure, and everything. But on average, that's what she's trying to explain to you. Is on average the white. She did.
No, she didn't.
You didn't listen
She
to her.
took away
She said
all
on average the boys and the
boys,
girls.
You asked me why I said white boys, and I explained it to you. Di got it. Why didn't you?
Straight away.
But you can't
If
remove.
you're saying across the whole board of the teenagers in schools today, I would say in general schools, as in senior schools or whatever, girls are achieving what's the word I just said? They are achieving higher than boys are across the board. They do.
Yeah. So
what's your argument that they're average?
You can't just remove white boys from your statistical. You can't, but she did. That's exactly what she said she did. She said, I'm going to remove white boys and just leave all girls.
No, she didn't say that at all.
Which, of course, she's
What
got
I
to
am
remove the white
explaining
girls
to
as
you-
well. Otherwise, your sample says
What I am explaining to you is if the majority of this country is still white.
White
yes?
boys and white girls, yes.
Yeah. And girls and white girls are going are more likely to go on to university, but white
college,
boys are more likely to be right at the bottom of the table. Yeah. Then they're dragging the majority of boys are at the bottom of the table, are they not?
They are. They are.
Which means that how can the boys in total, how could the boys in total be better than the girls? How
They've
can
excelled
they?
and exceeded in the past 15, 20 years, definitely.
Hang on. Let me try and get. If I have misunderstood, I want to get to the bottom of this. So, who are you removing from your sample set here? So you're saying that boys.
I'm not removing anyone. I'm breaking it down to you. My level of reasoning.
So boys are not as academically inclined as girls, right?
No, she didn't say that. She said on average, the achievements of them girls are excelling.
Yes.
That's what she was saying.
Right. Okay. So fine. Girls on average do better academically than boys. Is that fair?
On average, as what she's saying now. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And you removed white boys from your set of sample data, right?
We weren't going on removing white boys. It was
That's what she said.
No, she didn't.
What I'm trying to break.
I swear to Christ, if you play this back and she didn't say it.
She was not saying anything of authenticity. She was saying working class white boys, working class white girls. The white girls are achieving more than what the
and then he said, "What has white got to do with anything?" Because the truth is, working class boys.
Because she said on average.
No, hang on, no, but what specifically about white boys? Are black boys not doing? Are black boys doing amazing then?
They're doing better than white boys.
You entered that into
they are. They are. White, black,
ethnic
minority children, black boys are doing better than white kids. Yeah.
Well, because the Asian lads are doing exceptionally well, but the Caribbean lads are doing worse than the white boys. So
no, they're not.
Particular subset.
No, I don't agree with that either.
You've got the data.
Bring
it.
More importantly, you categorically said
the data.
White boys.
Bring the data. I'm going to bring the data. You're lying. Bring it and put it in the back. Show me.
This is like a study done in 2018. It's common knowledge.
Yeah, we're in 2026, mate.
On average, there's been a massive rise in girls' achievement. Massive rise.
Everyone's Googling. Google. Google.
Well, just the Google search says Chinese Indian students consistently outperform others at GCSE and A levels, whilst Gypsy, Roma, Irish traveller, and Black Caribbean students often face the lowest outcomes. By age 16, most ethnic groups achieve higher GCSE grades, while white British peers through attainment. This is 22-23.
Okay, let's see.
Performance. Indian students choose through Black Caribbean students 9. Where's the white students?
Don't worry, I'm going to find you a load of stuff.
But it changed as well when they changed the student finance rules. You saw a lot more
that's
people.
wicked. That's killing them.
Yeah,
That's
but
it's killing my daughter. It's killing them. It is. Their own tuition fees. Wow.
You saw a lot more people, though, from working class backgrounds getting into education, especially at university.
Yeah. Even later in life as well.
Yeah, older, mature students. Yeah.
Education's all the way. Definitely.
And it's not, I mean, I would say to anyone, get all over it as much as it is disgraceful. The interest and stuff, some of the situation, people are paying it off for years and years, and at the end, they're owing more than the start. It's disgusting.
Well, it's something over 31,000, isn't it? If you earn over that, you start paying it back. But by the time you've achieved,
I owe them about 45
reach the levels.
They keep sending me letters every few. I owe them thousands, literal thousands, and it's just going up and up and up. But well, another 12 years, it's written off.
Right, this is the 3rd of July, 2025, and I'll put it in the
back. From where?
It's Education Data Lab.
Schools.northeast.org, white working class boys amongst the lowest.
No, I'll put this one in the back. This one I haven't put in the back yet. It says Bridget Phillipson made headlines recently when she said that white working class children have been betrayed and left behind.
Right. I am actually in the Ethnicity Schools Note PDF now. I've got the downloaded PDF. I'll stick it in the chat. And the top line of the chat is pupils with Black, Caribbean heritage and pupils with Gypsy, Roma and Irish traveller backgrounds are more likely to have poor attainment than white pupils.
CP jump ship.
Black Caribbean mixed and white Caribbean, Black Caribbean mixed, white and Black Caribbean and other Black pupils are less likely
opportunities have been taken away
from all stages than white British pupils, and the size of the gap doubles between 4 to 5 years in GCSE pupils. Compared with a class of 30 white British pupils and a class of 30 pupils from these three groups, on average, 1 or 2 more pupils in the Black and mixed class would be below the expected standard 4 to 5 years old, whereas 3 to 5 pupils would achieve a strong pass in English and Maths GCSE. Well, I mean, I literally am looking at the government report right now. I'm reading from it.
So where's the white stats in there?
It's not about white, and this is what we're trying to say.
So why is he telling me it? So why is he telling me the ethnic one?
Hang on. Black Caribbean, like the mixed pupils with Black Caribbean heritage and pupils with Gypsy, Roma, and Irish traveller backgrounds are more likely to have poor attainment than white British pupils. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like,
and how many people are there that are mixed race in this country compared to white people?
Do you understand that this is controlled for population? Just say, I'm sorry, John, I was fucking wrong, and go from there.
So go to the last one that I put in the back, please, Jamie, and show it on the screen. It actually gives you graphs. So where did you get your information from, John? Because I don't see you posting anything in the back.
I've just posted it in the link. There you go. It's in the chat.
I think we need to be specific about what we're saying, right? Because this is talking about disadvantage, and now coming from disadvantage can affect your education levels. It's not specific, because otherwise you'd have to show specifically what has happened to the white people, the white lads, where it says no whites can come to this school, no whites can. That's not happening. So what has been removed for white lads? Nothing's been removed. This is about disadvantage and an opportunity. That's what it's about, isn't it? And changing maybe attitudes.
It's also about, like, it's the notion that I don't want. it shouldn't be fucking about race.
It's
it should
not,
be about
no,
it's about social class. It's about the resources that we can bring to bear. Like, for the love of Christ, it shouldn't be a complicated issue. And it really fucking pisses me off.
Shut up. You wouldn't have said that if it was black pupils. Shut the fuck up. It shouldn't be about race when the majority of this country is white.
Yeah,
what are you on about?
And another thing, even arguing this point, you seem to turn and point to race all the time with any kind of argument. Not argument as in shouting and swearing on about anyone with a conflicting argument. You're straight in to say, well, why would you say white? Why would you say Asian? Why would you say black? But that's your rhetoric that seems to be coming out.
You do understand that you guys brought race into the argument, and I went, why the fuck are you arguing about race?
Because she was talking about white average people. This is a white country. That's all we're saying.
But it's not.
I know what you're saying. We are we're all together. I understand that. But why is the argument everyone it's as if she's not allowed to say it. I'm not allowed to say I live in a white community.
I've explained the reason why. I can explain it again. He claimed that boys in this country were actually cleverer or smarter, more intelligent than the girls. Yes, you did.
You said on average.
No, I didn't.
Averagely.
Yes, you did.
I said on average, I said boys and girls have exactly the same intelligence.
Right, yes, but they don't.
Boys and girls, on average, exactly the same intelligence.
But
I can't make this claim more vociferously than that. If you're telling me that I claimed that boys are more smarter than girls or girls are more smarter than boys, then you're a fucking idiot because you weren't listening to what I fucking said.
You set that premise and then you went on to say that boys were able to do this and girls weren't able to do that.
Can you explain the difference between being on the top and the bottom of the bell curve to me? Explain that to me. Come on, let's do that. Let's explain how
the bell curve would show where you achieve, right? And so the average mean would be in the middle, yeah? It would be in the middle, and the outliers on either side, the more educated and the less educated, would be either end of the curve.
So Jamie, try and have a look at the latest one on the SATs then. It's 7 years old, it's 12 years old. Do the SATs one.
I don't think there's much more to do. I think it kind of shows that if then there's no racism problem. Then if everyone's suffering,
no,
if everyone's
there wasn't.
if white lads,
it wasn't intended like that at all. Anyway.
Well, no, but Jukes is trying to make a point that white lads are having it hard and they're being treated unfairly. Well, no, because the stats don't show that. They show that they're also at the bottom of the pack.
She didn't say that. She's on about.
Can you share my screen, please, Jamie?
Yeah, she exactly said that. She says white lads are at the bottom of the pack, and we're like, hang on a minute, no, people coming from
achieving.
Oh my God, yes, but that's not true. It's people that if you've got white skin, that's not going to establish whether you're going to do well or not. That's not the factor. The factor is it's going to be your social background. It's going to be lots of other issues than just your skin color. Jukes is trying to present it that if you're white, you're fucked. No, they're not. That's not how it's going on.
No, that's not what I'm trying to.
I didn't hear that. No.
I'm not trying to present that. What I'm saying is, right, the educational outcome of disadvantaged white pupils. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right. So we go down it. You go down to the graphs, yeah, that he's disputing, right? Non-white girls, 79% achievers. Non-white boys, 74% achieving. White non-girls, FSM6. So we're going to have to see what this FSM6 means, right? Yeah, right. But let me show you at the bottom.
No, I'm getting this. This is get that on. So this is
right. So this is the average progress score in Key Stage 4. Right at the bottom is white boys every time. Right. Go to the next graph. Now, what I'm saying is, right, if the white boys are underachieving, right, their potential, if they're underachieving, then you can't say that they are equal to the girls. You can't because it's not showing that. Now, My argument is...
you make a great point. Go back to that. Show me where the girls are. Show me the girls. Let's see the girls compared to the boys on that first graph.
Well, this is exactly what we need. You can't just show the boys' data and then go, girls are smarter.
They're there.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yeah, right. So, I'm not buying much into that. But that don't prove that girls are smarter than boys.
She's not saying they are.
She's exactly saying they are. That's exactly what she's saying.
Oh, fuck.
No,
well, that's exactly what she's saying.
Can I see the whole table? I'm looking for this fucking chart.
Right, I've put it in the back. All you have to do is click the link. If you want to go and look at it yourself, it's in the back.
Yeah, thank you.
So the whole point,
demographics got to come in it, whether it's everyday schools, grammar schools, private schools, everything. Are these all taken into these graphs? Yeah.
Well, we're talking about
working class
mainly, yeah. So they wouldn't be going to grammar schools or that.
Working class, and
in my view, girls are better achievers. I'm sorry, but they are.
They are better achievers.
Well,
everybody knows it.
Build an academic institution suited to girls, and girls will achieve better, obviously.
Why obviously?
Yeah.
Why obviously?
Build an academic institution suited for girls, and girls feminize the educational institutions, and girls achieve better.
No.
Right, so that's your argument now. The actual reason why boys have been left behind, shall I tell you what the reason is? It's because there's funding groups for every other group. It's because white boys don't fall into the category of a minority. Like women do. Yes, they get funding for being female. Like ethnic minorities do. They get funding. If people need extra language courses, they get the funding for that. So there's no specific funding for white boys. That's the whole reason. And that's what the argument has been for the last 15 years, trying to get some justice for white boys within the education system. So when you come to me, Dad knows best, and tell me that they're exactly the same intelligence, they aren't, because they aren't getting the education they deserve.
They're getting the same education as everyone else.
They're not, though.
Well, they are.
They're not, because they're not getting the extra funding.
Because if they're struggling, they're not getting it, are they?
They're not getting the extra teachers. They're not getting the extra resources.
The input, yeah.
Why am I not finding these charts that are in this?
Click the last link I posted in the back.
Yeah, I'm in the link now. I'm looking for the
last one where it says schools northeast.
Who's not supporting these white lads then? Who's not supporting them? Where's the lack of support coming from?
It's coming from the education system and the fact that what we've done, and look,
I will get in that, right? I don't think it's just down to an education system to provide this sport for young lads. I think it's too much of a responsibility to put on an education system. It takes a parent, it takes a home and a school.
It's like a community,
yeah. More than just sending them out at the door at 9 o'clock.
Well, I would say that there is failings within the community as well, Jamie. Yeah, obviously. I'm not going to disagree.
Households and addictions and alcohol available on every corner, and weed smoking and drug taking.
And whether you like it or not, the generation we've all lost.
We've got families that can't afford to send the kids to school.
Yeah, the generations that have been lost is the generations that are below us. Sorry to interrupt you. It is the generations. And no disrespect, and I mean this old thing. It was children having children back in the late 80s, 90s. It was.
There's a lot of contributing factors.
Yes,
but the difference is all the other groups, Jamie, their contributing factors that impact their education is being catered for. It is not with white boys, and this has been the argument.
One thing I've noticed, that you might have spotted this or not, but where there's like Asian areas where there's a lot of Asian populations, you've got loads of out of school education, private businesses that are doing
extra work, extra hours,
curriculum, right? And in these areas, right, there's loads of them, loads. Absolutely loads. And that's about an investment in your child, an investment in their future, an investment in them. And again, that you can't point fingers there at an education system. It's about priority.
There's a lovely Asian family round by me. They got a shop and they got 2 lads. One of them's a pharmacist now, and the other one's a fucking surgeon.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've known them since they were what, 14, 15? They're like in their 30s now. You know, Mum, Dad runs the shop. He's in there sometimes. I said, "You are? Yeah. It's lovely. He's in Hereford. He's a surgeon. Bloody lovely."
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Very parental. It is. It's such a different culture than ours.
100%.
You know, it really is.
So if let's say I concede there is this problem with funding in.
Well, they're trying to turn that around now. I think.
How do we solve that problem? What do we do? Just plow money into it, or?
Well, money brings education, doesn't it? It brings the staff. It brings the teachers. It brings everything. So it would be funding, wouldn't it? Resources.
Yeah,
we do
need to change attitudes as well, though.
Aspirations, opportunities.
Yeah, opportunities.
And also how we're expecting people to live, what we're expecting from people.
Some responsibilities go to the family and the children. They've got to have that drive. They want to learn. You've got to have that. If you haven't got that, you've lost. They've got to have that drive to learn.
But you see, there's also this prejudice view, right? That some people believe that all white children, it doesn't matter even if your background is poor or not, that somehow they have white privilege and therefore they're going to be okay in the future anyway.
You know what? Hang on. I've experienced white privilege many times. If you don't think you have, then you're not looking. You're not looking. And
hang on. Whoa.
I'll double down. I'll double down and say I've experienced it in my life loads of times. And I've had this argument with people before where I've expressed, for example, a degree of pride in the fact that the West Africa Squadron patrolled the west coast of Africa in order to try and turn back slave ships that were leaving the coast of Africa. And they went, well, that wasn't you. And I go, well, of course it wasn't me. It was a dozen generations ago. And then they'll go, oh, yes, but you benefited from slavery. I'm like, so I have to take collective shame in the fact that we did profit from slavery, but I can't take any kind of pride in the fact that we also tried to end it as well. Like,
yeah, I agree with that statement.
Fucking pick
only though, just how you're treated in society.
So, Jamie, what kind of white privilege did you get?
So just when you're out and about, just how you're treated, how people are treated, and you wouldn't know, not being a person of colour, how would you know how it feels when you're out there and how people look at you, how you're treated? And
so how do you know you're getting privileged then?
Well, because I've seen loads of examples where I felt that has happened. And
can you give me one?
I can give you a few. And I've seen loads of examples of it in society. And so if you go, I was once in a shop and my card.
I knew you were going to say that. So
I'm in a shop and my card got declined in Greggs, and I've got a pasty, coffee, whatever. I clicked sit, it didn't work, so I clicked sit again. She looks at me. She says, "Don't worry," and she passes me on, and I walk out with them. Right. What did she think? On his face, nice lad. What? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, a few weeks later, I'm in Greggs, and there's a woman in front of me, and she buys a cup of tea. She gets, and the card declines. What happened? They looked her up and down. They ignored her. No, she threw the tea. She threw the tea away and sent her on her way. Well, she fancies me or not, but. No, these are examples.
Right, so you see the problem I've got with this, right, is that it's not a controlled experiment, so it wasn't the same person.
No, these are just my examples of in society.
I know, but can you not see the fault? Can you not see the faults in that? Because I could equally say to you, so what about a 20-year-old white boy that probably smells a bit of weed, is in a pair of joggers with a dirty T-shirt, who goes in, I don't know, because he's been working at mechanics or something, goes in, looks a bit shitty with his credit card, it declines. He probably would get treated the same.
Maybe, or she could relate to him and think, oh, he reminds me of our Bob, you know, or he reminds me of someone in my family, or he reminds me of someone I know, and he's on it, and he's never.
So then it's not down to skin colour, is it?
But Dupes, it's also about where you are culturally. Like if you conducted that same experiment in some shop in Bradford or some other area of the country where you're not the cultural norm, or for example, I don't know, if you're
I agree.
Applying for the job at the BBC,
I agree.
Our national broadcaster. Now
I agree. That's why I don't agree there's white privilege. There's only privileged and underprivileged. It's not about the colour of your skin. The only people that have got actual policies written that has to be adhered to is against white people. It's not against blacks or Asians.
Do you think what about all black lads kept getting stopped and searched?
Well, so do white lads.
No, but there were predominantly a time when it were a lot of black lads. They had no justice, nothing other than the skin colour to judge them on.
Justice.
But Jamie, you're forgetting that most white lads don't bother to stay around to wait for the receipt to prove that they got stopped and searched.
You're also forgetting the fact that in the data, when it looked for hits on the stop and search, they also found
more young black
more hits on the young black lads than there were on the young white lads.
Yeah, there was
constant black lads. It's if the police officers saw a black lad and instantly had negative thoughts, whereas if they instantly see a white lad, they're not having them same thoughts.
But now, Jamie, imagine that.
Okay, then explain to me how grooming gangs happened if that's true.
But now every time they stop a young black lad, they're more often statistically to find a knife than when they stop a young white lad.
I don't believe that either. I think that's rubbish.
But that's actually how the data panned out. Even Cressida Dick, like the leftist of all lefties, admitted that in the data in like 2017 or something. And she had to admit it because that's what the data. And then they stopped recording ethnicity in the data. Because and I'm not saying that just by virtue of being a dark skin color, you are more likely to carry a knife globally. But if you're part of a poverty-stricken community, that is more likely to be the case. Like if you have less.
Can you get me where that was said?
Well, it was on a Radio 4 interview. It was on like Desert Island Discs on Radio 4. It was
but there must be stats somewhere that back that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just what she said at the time. So.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Okay. I'm just going off what Cressida Dick said. And she was literally the chief of Westminster, the Metropolitan Police at the time. So
I can't go.
That's how she justified it at the time. So either she was lying,
probably
left that she is, or it was backed by data. So.
Well, if that data was out there, that would have been released to the public, wouldn't it? So people would have made a big fuss about that. I don't believe that. Seriously, I don't believe that.
Honestly, I'd be surprised if it wasn't true.
Why?
Because anecdotally, it seems to be the case.
How?
What do you mean, how?
How? Explain to me.
Like, have you seen the montages of the stabbings that go on in London?
Yes, I live in London, and I would say that there's just as much white stabbings as there are black.
Again, I mean, I'd believe it if I saw the data, but I would be surprised.
So where I live, it was predominantly white for a very, very long time. Most of the stabbings that I hear locally are white. But if I was to go 2 boroughs down where it's predominantly black, most of the stabbings down there would be black.
Yeah,
I think that stabbings in this country would probably equal out. I think stabbings become a culture that loads of people get involved in, unfortunately. Now, if you gave me the argument that because of woke policies, that that were pushed by certain communities to stop the police enforcing properly.
Right.
To bring a low trust society has increased the level of abuse from criminals on the streets or people that are able to sort of like to resort to knife crime. I would agree with you. But to tell me that there's not as many white people stabbing up each other as there are black people, that's not true.
When you say they even out, what do you mean by that? Like when you say like, you know, I think they'd even out.
I think that in the reality of life, there are just as many white children that are stabbing people as there are black people.
So per capita. Or do you think like 50? So what I'm getting at is that, like, let's say 15%.
Well, if you were going to go to London, where a lot of the stabbings, if you were going to go to London, where a lot of the stabbings actually are, and go per capita, you'd probably find that there's more black people, so there's going to be more stabbings by black people in London.
Right.
We've got a new guest.
Henry, but now, if you go to like Stoke and Trent or something,
how are you doing, buddy?
Can you hear me? Yeah, not bad.
I'm glad to have you on, Henry, because this is not something this is a good topic for you.
I just want to clear this up for Jupiter. It's not that hard to understand. By volume, like the total number, there are more white-on-white stabbings, but blacks are overrepresented in the type of communities, poor, usually working class. They're overrepresented. So per capita, per 100 kids, blacks tend to be, there's more crime per 100 blacks than there is per 100 whites. That's a rate.
Crime or stabbing?
No, stabbing. No, stabbing.
Yeah.
Right.
Either white people have got exceptionally more stabby in London in the last 20 years, or an important group of people that like stabbing people.
And it's well understood that blacks are overrepresented in poorer communities where you're more likely to become involved in crime to get money and to try to make it.
Now you're making excuses for the fucking stabbings.
No, I'm just explaining why some of the factors involved.
Are you reading that?
It's well understood around the world as well that if you grow up in a poor community, on average, you're more likely to get involved in things like gang crime and, you know, crime in general. But here's an AI overview based on UK government, Metropolitan Police and Youth Justice Board data, primarily focused on London and England and Wales. Between 2024 and 2025, there's a significant, well-documented disproportionality in knife crime involvement. White individuals commit a larger total number of crime nationwide. Black boys and young men are heavily overrepresented in knife crime offences, particularly in London, relative to their population size. So in other words, that's what I just said. Thank you. It's funny that London seems to be the epicenter of knife crime. Back in the day, Scotland had huge knife problems. Not as big as it is now, but there was a similar type of thing going on in Scotland. But that's been kind of dealt with now. So yeah, just
maybe it's all the doctors and engineers that are stabbing people.
Well, who knows?
I mean, I live in a town just outside of Gaydon. We've got a lot of imported engineers, and we don't seem to have a stabby problem. But
yeah, I mean, just basically this thing about education as well. I just wanted to say, in countries like China, Japan, a lot of Asian countries, there is a strong culture of instilling in your children the value of a decent education. Some of them take it to extremes and slave drive them almost, like to do well in school, because you might end up, you know, later on in life with fuck all if you muck around. And I think it's people like Jupiter who are partly to blame, and Tommy Robinson, who will portray education as brainwashing, like it's something negative.
It is brainwashing.
Yeah, no wonder then white boys with mums and dads like you and Tommy Robinson are not doing very well. It's not instilled in them. Don't listen to your teacher, blah, blah, blah. That's the kind of attitude
Could you tell me, do you think being a fireman is a good job? Fire person?
Yes,
is it a good job?
It is. Yes.
I've got a son who's a fireman. Could you tell me having a roofing business of their own is a good job?
Well, of course it is.
Yeah, I've got two of those that own their own businesses. Would you say stonemasonry is a good job?
Yeah, all right. We can go through.
I've got another one. I've got another son who's a stonemason.
I just want to ask you this.
Don't sit here, yeah, and fucking personalise stuff. Because when you do that, they'll look at you and say, "What do your kids do?" Because judge it. If I was to judge you, I think that scroungers are bumming on the street picking up chewing gum. Yeah.
Right. I'll generalise it then. Would you accept that parents who demonize almost education and say, don't listen to your teachers about all this and you're just brainwashing our kids, do you think that would have an effect on the children's interest in learning at school?
So I don't demonize education. I demonize the wokery that's being pushed through the education system. They're two different things. So when it comes to maths and English, I tell my children to work hard at maths and English. When it comes to listening to all the fucking social justice warriors that are now teachers who want to push a social construction onto people when it's not natural, I would say, listen to what they say, answer the way they want you to in the classroom, and when you come home, we'll discuss it and we'll set you straight on the fucking brainwashing that they're doing.
Okay. It's people like you, though, Jupiter, who will... what the educated people come up with, which is things like vaccines. You're outside school, people like you saying how bad it is, when really it's because you're uneducated and don't know about it.
Henry,
what impression are the kids going to get off that? Even what you just said
Henry,
about.
So what do you mean? Do you mean did I allow my children to have COVID in vaccinations?
No. You're the type of person who would have been outside schools giving out leaflets. And that is just...
Well, if that was the case, then I wouldn't be outside schools giving out leaflets. I didn't do that. That gives
children the impression that...
I didn't do that, though. No, I didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm judging you, but I'm sure you...
Yeah, you are judging me. You don't know me at all.
I'm sure you are an anti-vaxxer, and it's the kids that do well in school that are the ones that develop these kind of drugs.
So on what basis do you believe I'm an anti-vaxxer?
And
do you mean did I agree with the COVID vaccination? No, I didn't. No.
Yeah. Well, that means you're an
anti-vaxxer. Doing to you what you did to me, Jupes, but still.
You are an anti-vaxxer. I know you are.
Am I?
Yes.
So, Mike, are you saying my children have never been vaccinated for anything?
No, they probably have.
Well, then how can I be an anti-vaxxer?
Okay. Do you believe that the MMR jab is responsible?
Oh, let's not bother this again.
Okay. All right, then. Yes, even if it comes down to one vaccine and you were anti it makes you an anti-vaxxer. I'm sorry, Jupiter.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's madness, mate.
No, it does.
That's madness.
Because when you actually look at this data, the stats and all that, it bears out that it was safe and effective. Particularly at protecting older people who are more vulnerable, who you don't seem to give a shit
don't
about.
agree with the COVID injection. I think there's more than enough information out there that says that we got lied to, and that's my belief. Well, you can believe what you want to believe, and when you get cancer, come and talk to me about it, right? But the fact of the matter is, I do believe that there's a lot of information out there that proves that people that have had the vaccine more than the by the way, more than one.
Sorry, I have to stop you. No, we've been here before and it cost me a fucking
This is where basic understanding of...
Jamie, they don't get rid of your channels for COVID.
No, but I had it not. I've only just got rid of one for same shit.
So, basically, it's just another way.
We're not allowed to talk about COVID.
I know that.
Well, we are, but you'd have to be fully up to date on the YouTube COVID policy.
To bring it back to...
Fucking will you let me speak? You'd have to be fully aware of the YouTube COVID policy and be able to articulate it to me. And if you can, then yes, you can talk about it, but you can't because you don't know what it is. So no. And I don't see how it's helpful to start talking about what is and what isn't out there about the COVID vaccine. No, you've got your own channels for it, not doing it here.
And also, regardless of the medication, it's perfectly reasonable to go, this is relatively new. I'm going to wait for a bit and see what happens.
Well, it's not relatively new.
But hang on, Henry. To go, this is new on this scale. I'm going to wait for a bit and see what happens. Doesn't make you an anti-anything. It just makes you prudent.
It's not. It is relatively new, but it's well tested and on animals, and it went through clinical trials. Blah.
So,
blah,
Henry,
blah.
shall I tell you what I am?
So basically, what
I'm pro freedom of choice, and I think if you choose to take it, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But if other people choose not to, that's up to them.
Yeah, and what you're choosing as a patriot, acclaimed patriot, is what you're doing as a community. You are putting the more vulnerable older people usually.
No, we're not.
Yes.
No, we're not.
In more danger. Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
By spreading a message like that. Yes, you do. That's what happens. And that is anti-vax.
Right, but that's what you believe, but you don't talk sense.
Well, I followed the science on this. It is my particular field of expertise and what I'm
So why did you need more than one injection?
Well, it's well understood that viruses mutate.
Well understood. Don't get me started. Please move on.
Just like the flu vaccine that mutates, the thing mutates every year. It comes back with a slight change. You need.
Where did flu go during COVID?
Oh God, it was still there.
Hang on. So I kind of feel the need to wade in here because for two reasons. Firstly, I submitted the DIDS data for the private medical company that I worked for the diagnostic imaging submissions. Secondly, my dad died of COVID.
Yes.
And thirdly, whilst we were suing the NHS, I happened to look through a huge amount of this data. Firstly, the number of comorbidities that people had with that died, not from COVID, but with COVID, on average was four comorbidities. The average age of death of a person who died of COVID was 84. The average age of death for the human population at large is 82.
Okay, let
apparently
me.
COVID increased your life expectancy, and there are a couple of other issues that I've got here as well. In that COVID was obviously a viral infection that existed that caused catastrophic damage in people that were immunocompromised.
Yes,
but what we're talking about here,
one of the groups, yes. But can I just explain to you?
Hang on, Henry.
You only need to know one thing, really, right? Excess deaths. Like these people wouldn't have died anyway. The reason excess is preceding deaths is because they wouldn't have died anyway. And how many hundreds of thousands in this country alone were in that group of excess deaths? Wouldn't have happened normally. And when you look around the world, unless the whole world is making up these numbers, then like you can't wriggle out of it. I'm sorry.
To acknowledge older people were absolutely.
I'm not telling you.
I don't really want to talk about this subject.
Well, we're ending anyway. We're wrapping up, but looking on, we're going to move on. This is a story coming from Trumpland, and what's this guy's job? Does anyone know? With all them pips on his
looks like shoulder. An admiral, someone or other.
So he's being questioned in some panel. I thought this were really interesting. Just a final thought. Just check this out. It's funny clip.
Thing like this happen.
What branch of government do you operate under? Mecklenburg County. What branch of government do you operate under?
This is hilarious.
The Constitution of the United States.
Bro, it's bad. It's really bad.
Correct. That is what establishes the branches of government. I'm asking which branch you fall under.
Mecklenburg County. I'm a duly sworn Mecklenburg County Sheriff.
This NPC doesn't have the dialogue option you're asking.
To the people of Mecklenburg County.
This was not where I was anticipating getting stuck.
Wow.
Are you aware of how many branches of government there are?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my.
For the sake of debate, I will move on and say there are three branches of government: legislative.
Is this the guy?
Legislative, executive, judicial. Of those three, which do you believe you fall under?
I believe I fall under the last one.
Oh my God.
Would you say it to me?
Judicial.
Okay. You are incorrect, sir. You fall under the executive.
This is absolutely insane. How can something like this
He doesn't
happen?
have a clue, and he's got all these pips on his shoulders and stuff, and he just he can't.
Wow.
It's mad, isn't it? You don't even know. You don't even know. You'll have to review that, jokes. I'll send you. It's a bit of a whole thing, won't you?
I know you didn't want to delve too deep into it.
There's no point. There's no point. It's just old news. You're about
it's old news. Everybody's awake to it anyway. So
I get that, but it's also the case that it shouldn't be unexpected that a novel virus that runs roughshod over the population would cause an increased number of excess deaths in those that are susceptible to it.
Especially left in an old people's home to rot with no support and no family.
Never
See them. It was a disgrace. It was an absolute disgrace.
The problem I always have with it, like my dad, the reason it fucked him is because at the time that COVID emerged, he was also in hospital being treated for an autoimmune condition. It was a 1 in a million condition. He was dealing with something called acquired haemophilia. So his immune system started eating all of the factor VIII in his blood, which meant that he didn't clot. Right. And the way to deal with it was giving him ridiculously high doses of steroids to try and stop that from happening. And the way that the clue that meant that we realized that he had this condition is because he had bleeding around his kidneys. So he was being treated by urology, and urology fucked up. They never got hematology involved. So all they did was start giving him blood transfusion and start looking for like structural damage around his kidneys, assuming there must have been some kind of trauma or something, when there was never actually any kind of trauma. He was a retired old man. Like there was no reason for them to be trauma. So by the time they realized that he had acquired haemophilia and they needed to start loading him up to the gills with steroids, he'd already caught COVID as a hospital-borne infection, at which point we should have been bolstering his immune system, not stamping down on it. So at this point, we had two choices, like either let him bleed to death or try and treat the COVID, or stop him from bleeding to death and let the COVID kill him. And at this point, he was already on a ventilator. We were fucked. Like what I say, he. But our decisions had been taken away from us at this point.
That's what got me so frustrated with it all, and that's why I don't like talking about it, because the people living in care homes were absolutely just left to die. They were sent out of hospital, living with like 30 other people. What did they expect was going to happen?
Yeah, no one was allowed to visit them.
And then the families, imagine you go and your mother, you get her out and they won't let you. I'd have been climbing through the window.
People were trying to talk to their parents through the window and they shut the curtains. I mean,
it was just disgusting. I'd have been arrested, jokes, if that had been me. That woman, when she was crying at the window and her mum were behind it. I know.
Well, it's when you see people like driving along in their cars alone, wearing like knitted masks, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Or
people were treated then. Shame on this country.
My wife works for the NHS. She's a neonatal nurse, and we were sat in our house watching people stood on their doorsteps, clap hands together like fucking trained seals, and we're like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I went out and had a good laugh at that. Oh yeah.
Well, they were dancing in the hospitals that were meant to be full.
They got me mad as well. The
and also
dancers outside with fucking not only did they have TikTok dancers outside the LGI in Leeds, they planned it. They got ambulances.
Of course they did, yeah.
They got ambulances lined up, put all flashing lights on, cars, flashing lights, all staff. It were like choreographed. This is unbelievable. 4 people's dying in there. Fucking joke. And they're all dancing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't want to castigate the individual men and women of the NHS.
No, it wasn't them. It would have. No, they would do that to keep them at work. It was to keep them turning up. They're thinking.
Let's not forget all the money spent on hospitals like the Nightingale Hospital that never got used. Loads of them.
They had to do that, I think, because the staff were thinking they were walking into a death sentence, in them early weeks, having to go to work. So they're doing all this fucking TikTok dance.
But they got terrorised into having injections, otherwise they lost their jobs.
Oh, yeah. So it were all about controlling the staff as well as the population. So it's, we'll bang the pans, the staff will do, and it just shows how susceptible we are to this nonsense.
And then they come out with it that COVID was racist. I don't know how mental.
Well, that was because of the BLM stuff, wasn't it? It was like that wasn't so much. They weren't making the argument that BLM that COVID wasn't going to affect the BLM march. What they said was that the risk of quote unquote racism was worth the risk of having this social gathering, which was mad.
They said it was affecting black people more than white people.
Well, it did affect some communities more than others statistically. So, like in the UK, for example, the signal that we saw in the data, because I scrutinized it to death, was like the Caribbean community actually was more affected by it. But also the Caribbean community is affected by a few other diseases as well, which were also more common in like people that were affected badly.
Well, then why didn't the Caribbean have more people dying of it?
They did. That's what I mean.
Why didn't Nigeria have more people dying of it?
Who knows?
Well,
what I'm telling you is that it don't bear out. I reckon they played around with those figures, and there was a lot of deaths down as COVID when they weren't COVID, and I know that.
Hang on. So you've also got to take into account a couple of things. Like, it's not just about the person. Like, when you're talking about a vector of disease, you're not just talking about the person, are you? You're talking about where they are. So, for example, if you take you could take exactly the same. As a hypothetical exercise, you could take the Caribbean person and put them in the UK that spends most of their time in a mechanically ventilated high-rise building in London, which is a high vector of disease. And you could take the same Caribbean person and put them on a Caribbean island somewhere that's being bathed in UV radiation and isn't in a mechanically ventilated building.
True.
And there's less probability that they're going to get the disease. It's exactly the same person, but the environment changes. But what I'm saying is that in the UK, you had the Caribbean person stood next to the African person, stood next to the Jewish person, stood next to the white person, and the Caribbean person, by virtue of something about them specifically, there was a higher signal in the data. So once you'd controlled for the environment, there was still a higher signal in the data. So, and it could be, but there's also things like, for example, Caribbeans are more prone to diabetes, which was one of the comorbidities that was most commonly associated with COVID deaths. They're also more commonly associated with things like sickle cell anemia, which again was another common association with COVID deaths. So, and that's not to say that there's anything wrong with Caribbean people, but there are differences. And if we want to be able to effectively treat diseases, we have to be able to acknowledge that there are differences. It's not racist to acknowledge a difference. It's just acknowledging a difference, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, I fell for the fear for it for months, no weeks. I wasn't having none of it. I wasn't buying it. And then there were this on news. They were on the news, and there's this guy laid on bed, dripping in sweat, dying of COVID. And I remember they showed his feet all swollen, and it was it really got to me. I was terrified. My mum were in tears. We were absolutely fear. It was just fear everywhere. Fear. That's all it was.
Yeah, they weren't everyone, to be fair.
Oh, it was. Everyone were terrified. I never forget that picture on telly. Guys, I'm off to bed. Thank you so much.
I'll never forget the banging of the fucking pots and pans.
Oh yeah, the pots and pans. Yeah,
this thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Who came up with that idea?
Wasted time.
Because everyone got on board, didn't they? Everyone did it.
Some TikTok twat somewhere, I'm sure.
I think they only might have done it for one day, or if at all. I don't think many people were really asked to get up and go and bang pots and pans.
One night, we're about for 3 weeks, every Thursday or some shit.
Oh, the village I lived in, it was like every night of the week.
Yeah, everyone did it on street. Bang, bang.
I know, because my beagles went fucking balmy every time.
Oh, God.
Thank you, everyone in chat. Great to see you all in there. Thank you. Lots just arrived as well, but we are wrapping up.
All right, I'll speak to you later. Thank you for having me, and I'm sure we'll be all right next time, John. I get like this sometimes when I get irritated. You'll soon learn it's just part of my personality.
I give as good as I get. I like it. It makes me happy. It's fine. Like
but I do accept that black people are disproportionately more likely to stab, because I went and checked again. Yeah, I thought it had changed. I knew that it was in the past. Well, I thought it got better.
I'm sorry, I can't let you throw that in there. Like,
I know I was feeling the same. I thought, fucking hell, jokes. I'll have to go and research now.
I want to make this abundantly clear. It's not because they're fucking black. It's not like there's a direct cause from the color of their skin to being a bit stabby. I think it's like a social culture. There's something that's not.
Well, if it's cultural, it would be directly because of that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's not.
Well, that'd be on the culture, not the skin color. That'd be the culture.
Then the causation is from the culture, not the skin color. I'm not saying that
our culture is like we're not got the Second Amendment, drug culture, gang culture.
But we govern ourselves, like it or not. When we can't determine the causation, we govern ourselves by correlation. That's the best thing that we can do, and exactly for the same reason that you referenced earlier. Like the whole grape gang issue that we've got, like only a fucking lunatic would say that that's not a cultural issue. It has to be a cultural issue. You can't have it. It can't not be. You can draw a straight line from the culture to the problem.
Live, laugh, love.
So
I'm going to go because I think Jamie done.
Yeah, live, laugh, love. Yeah, live, laugh, love. Flora, thank you for the £3 super chat. Thank you, love.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, James. Thank you. She's out. Jupes is done. She'll pick that up, I'm sure. She'll pick up on that point. When you next one, I'll try and be with you tomorrow, Stepper Style. I'll try and get back on tomorrow. I just don't want to be coming on where I'm on edge. So that's all I'm fighting against. Cheers, John. I'm going to wrap up. Take care, mate. Say your goodbyes. Oh, he's already gone. Thank you for not banning me. I don't ban anyone. And I don't know. Don't time no one out. Just delete the comments. Timing out's nonsense as well, really. I mean, I timed out optical though in end. Just for trying to wind me up. We don't need it. Peace out. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.